You always just got to be happy when like defending. I think it's like
And we're live, people. Deluded. I'm back again. We got Zara in the building. Big up yourself, Zara. How you doing, my friend? Long
Yo, I'm
time.
good. I'm good. Sorry, let me just close this off. Yep, closed. There we go.
Man,
How
do
we
your
doing,
thing, my
Deluded?
guy.
Sorry, you caught me off guard, bro. The sound wasn't coming through, so I didn't even know that the credits were running, so I wasn't ready off the top of the show. My bad.
All right, man. It seems you're ready for the new season already. Got the new shirt and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah. Just came in yesterday. Got the
And they
Champions League
said we
winner.
wouldn't win a trophy.
Champions League winner, you
Come
champion
on.
of Europe, Katie McCabe on the back right there. Shout out my
Big
girl.
her
But
up.
yeah, nah, it's I don't know, it feels weird, bro. The lining here, the
Mm.
lining around the chest area feels a little weird. It seemed to look better in the pictures than it actually does in real life. But
But you're not
listen,
feeling it.
we move. I didn't say that. It looked way better. It looked way better in the pictures. It seems that I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't
nah,
know what I don't know what you was expecting, man. But it's
yeah,
here, man, and it looks decent, man. You're the
yeah.
first person
No,
I
no, no,
saw
it's a
back.
good kid. We're gonna be looking good next season. Hopefully, it brings us some good fortunes.
You said good fortunes, yeah, and I don't want to take the smile off your face, but I want to address the question in the title. Yeah, do you feel next season? I know we're Netflix FC, next season FC, all that stuff, but do you feel next season is make or break for Arsenal? And if not necessarily Arsenal, Mikel Arteta.
So here's the thing, deluded, right? We're in a little predicament where how it's clearly evident, and people can see out there that how certain Arsenal fans feel, or how Arsenal fans feel really doesn't matter. It comes down to it ultimately comes down to the owners, and it seems like there's a whole there's a lacking on the results side. On the results side, there's a lack of accountability at the club. There seems to no be. It doesn't seem like the results are the number one priority. If to me at least, it's more so the story, the build, and all that nonsense. We're not in a rush to get to the destination kind of thing, which is a very dangerous game to play, right? Dangerous game to play, because if you build and you build too slow, other clubs ain't static. I look around real quick. City, I point to Man City. Man City's done a complete squad overhaul, a complete squad
In
rebuild
basically two
in
windows.
in 2 windows. Yeah, 2 windows. They've got a new complete team that is, if you ask me, next season they are favorites to win the title with that with
I
that
agree.
squad with that squad right there. So
Do you have
it's
us a sorry to cut you? Do you have us a second? Like, obviously, I agree with you. City probably to win the league. Who's second and third for you as well? Then
right now, right now, and it just ultimately comes down to a lack of trust. You see, because I've been burnt so many times. So I want to say yes. I want to say yes. I have us as second, but unfortunately, because of being burnt 2020, because this is so why I want to say yes is based off the people are saying we've got a midfielder in, we've got a striker in, and we might be pushing for a winger, right, bro? We I Benzema was meant to be an Arsenal. Benzema was an Arsenal player. Higuain was an Arsenal player.
and Villa.
Yeah, yeah, Jan Villa was the Patrick Vieira replacement. We can go down the list. Who's the German guy, the winger? Julian Draxler. How many windows?
Oh, Jax, how can we forget him? Arsenal legend now.
So for me to give an actual prediction for Arsenal, it's after the window's closed, because I've been burnt. Because, so for example, 2 seasons ago we were meant to get Mudrik, but we ended up with Trossard. All window we're chasing these people, this person, we get that person. We're meant to get Isak or Sesko, we ended up with who did we end up with? Havertz. Was that the Havertz window? I have no idea. I forgot. But
Marino, and he ended up
the
becoming a
Marine,
striker. We didn't sign a
there you
striker
go.
last summer.
There you go. So I have to wait and see how we do in this window. While Josh Cronky is giving me sweet nothing indications that, oh, finally I'm serious. Brother, you've owned the fucking club since 2006. Since the Cronky's ownership, we haven't won a major trophy. It's he should be, he as a sports owner, he himself should be embarrassed, especially running a thing with a reputation as big as ours, a thing that pretty much Deluded runs itself. In negotiations you've got the leverage of, oh, this kid that I'm negotiating with is an Arsenal fan, because of what happened in the past and all that nonsense. But they just really haven't been able to capitalize on that. So for me to say that we're gonna win, make or break, are they gonna fire the guy? A lot of people are screaming right now, Teta should be out. I'll tell you guys, as a realist, he's the manager first game of the season. If you ask me, what do I predict? If he doesn't win the title next season, I he will lose. I feel like he'll lose a big chunk of the fan base. He'll still have his guys that
Disciples.
yeah, that will jump through the hoops, and will be like, oh, look at the points. We're second in points over a 4-year period, but we haven't been able to. It's just been timing. It's just been that. You'll get the people that will look for the silver linings for the whole story and all that. So I myself, as a realist, what I want doesn't matter. Do I think he should have been fired this season? I think he should have been fired at the end of this season. So does that mean, am I going to go out of my way to be screaming him out? No, I'm a realist. I know he has the job.
He
So
passed the point now. It's redundant. He signed
exactly,
a new contract. He's not going
it's
nowhere.
it's now for the greater good of the club. I have to fall in line, because who knows, we might go on a run, and you want to be supporting that kind of thing. So is he going to get fired? No. Is make or break this season for us fans? Yes. For us fans, yes. For our own mental well-being, I just can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't see. But then the thing is, we did this with Wenger too. But I don't know how this guy gets so much. He has so much slack, because we haven't even won. At least Wenger had slack with me, because the guy
He
changed
had
my
credit in
my.
the bank, man. He
Yeah,
revolutionized England. He won trophies, and he ultimately died by the high standards he set.
my childhood was filled with trophies. I was going into school to
Used to get called the
classes.
glory hunter supporting us.
Yeah,
Type shit, man.
right, right, right. Of which, oh,
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy. And so I had more patience with him. Arteta now, what, 5, 6 years, where it's, people can look at the investment and say 700 mil. Yeah, it's a lot of money. There are other teams that invest more than us. Yes, that is true. Should we have done a little bit better
regardless of
with
that,
the
you've got us into
resources?
these talking points about big
Yeah,
trophies. So clearly, like, there must be something there. But God, so
yeah. I think that's the battle his people fight. But to tie a bow on the question, I mean, I've said this the last 3, 4 seasons. It's make or break. It's like not even the last 3, 4 seasons. I've been saying this for the last 20. It's each season without a title is make or break.
the question gets bigger
Literally,
and bigger. So, like, if
literally.
I skip, God forbid, yeah, but if I skip towards the end of the season that's coming, so me and you are sat in this place, 2026, we're discussing Arsenal, right? Let's just assume the same things that happened this season happened last year without the nuances. So that's what, two
That's
semi-finals,
actually the most
second.
likely outcome. That's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is the
That's
most likely
if it's the
outcome.
exact. I guess what I'm gonna ask you is if it's the exact same thing. Do you feel they'll pull the trigger? Because surely something's got to give at some point.
And no, honestly, no. If I'm going to be dead honest with you, absolutely not. Because I'm looking around, I'm looking at but the thing is, The NFL is different. They've had McVay for a while.
They actually
They've
care about that, man.
Yeah, they've had McVay for a while in there. I don't know what they're doing with the Avalanche, the Nuggets. NBA is completely different too. But I don't think so, because this is just a personal thing with me. I don't think they really care about the sport. And the old man Cronky has, to me, has shown that he doesn't show up to games whatsoever.
Unless
It's
we're in
he
a
join
final, which we ain't been to in a minute.
Exactly, unless we're at Wembley so that he can thingy. So he owns this asset, that spits out money
We're
out of all
collateral for
his.
his other interests, man.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
and our one dude, our one. Unlike SoFi, he'll have trouble filling that stadium. We have a 40,000 waiting list, 40,000 waiting list whatsoever. So I I I don't think they will. I don't think they will. They're happy with how the business, bro. Arsenal, that asset. If they were to sell Arsenal, bro, they get easily minimum $6 billion.
They're doubling their money. We're getting Champions
Easy
League. We
minimum.
bring out merchandise. We're the culture club. Yeah, like because as much as I want to get at Arteta, and I think he's done a lot well, he also has to be held to plaudits. I just feel there's never. I feel at our club, I don't feel the higher powers that be that ultimately
Yeah,
set the tone for all the criticisms and praise I can give the manager, all the players, or if you want, extend that to Berta. It feels like if we're gonna win a league or anything, obviously indirectly that's a consequence of the Cronkies, but it doesn't feel that they. I always say I think they would like to win. They don't necessarily want to win. Like winning's not everything, and I'm not saying we need to be trigger happy and sack everyone and all the players, but it'd be fair to say, like you said earlier, yeah, a lot of people talk about 700 million. Two truths can be right in that we have spent a lot of money. There was an
yeah,
element of catch up money. Obviously, other people are spending more money. In the last 3 years, we've got into these conversations now. The bottom line is there's been 3 years we've not got over the line. At some point, we have to be open to change. Now, we hope Mikel Arteta and everyone can get over the line, but ultimately, we've got a good foundation. Can we get over the line? I don't know if we can. And as you said, every year that it doesn't happen, it's going to get bigger and bigger. But I
yeah,
do want to ask you something, though, yeah, because this is something that is said a lot. Like, bearing in mind when we got Mikel Arteta, he had no CV, so they had to know someone that could have got it, and they stuck to their guns. When it, to be fair to the Cronkies, it wasn't cool to rate Arteta. Like, I think many people can ask if he can get over the line, but you can see the man's a good manager. When it wasn't cool to say that, and we're back to back eighth, and we're getting beaten up in games, they did stand behind him. But people do say this comment, and I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong. People love to say this Arteta outish, clueless. Who currently on the market replaces him? What would you say to that? Because Real Madrid, they got rid of Ancelotti. They've bought in Xabi Alonso. If Xabi Alonso doesn't
yeah.
work out,
It's
they're going to try
it's
something else.
and it's unfortunate,
But
deluded,
it is a
right?
fair
So
point, though.
so the thing about it is, especially with these discussions with football, people love football, right? So you get fully immersed. You want to live that life, and the closest thing that us ordinary folks, the closest thing that I guess we would is, I guess, is the, our local clubs, stuff like that. So you checking out our locals. I mean, Arsenal isn't going to let you in to go check out, but we have stuff like Football Manager, and
Hmm.
where it's a utopia, perfect society kind of thing, where it's, the whole argument where Madrid is the number one club. So if you are any player, if Madrid says they want you, then guess what? You can't do anything else. You have to say, nope, I have to go to Madrid, stop that thing. That's the utopia way of thinking. Perfect environment, control environment kind of thing. That's not how reality works. So yes, in theory, yes, okay, Ancelotti's out of a job. Being out of a job and being available are two
Well, we've got
completely
the
different
Brazil job,
things.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, yeah, actually, yeah, he's gone to Brazil. But who just got fired? No, Inzaghi just got picked up too.
Yeah, he's going to get paid.
Whoever just got fired. These managers that got fired. Yes, the out of a job and being available is two completely different things. So as much as my heart feeling is, okay, fire, because I don't give a damn. I'm seeing what's going on with what's at my club, what he's doing, what's going on and then I just need a change. I want that changed. But ultimately, that's just not how life works. The guy that you're then looking to replace him, first off, you have to pay off his contract, right? You have to pay off his
15 million a year
contract,
and his coaching
which
stuff.
how these contracts work, man. These guys are tied down for a while. If you're firing
Donkeys are
someone
not on
before his
that, man.
end day,
That's too much money going out.
it's upfront too. It's upfront. I don't think these contracts are paid off in installments. I could be mistaken. I could be mistaken. I guess you can negotiate. If I'm leaving, if I'm getting fired by somebody, I'm making your life as hard as possible. You pay me all the money up front. I'm not doing no installments deals kind of thing. And then the guy actually has to be interested. And there's push and pull factors. It's not just, oh, Arsenal's calling. It's okay, where is he in his life, family, all that nonsense. So it's to those guys, of which I am one of them when I'm pissed off too. We're all one of them. We're victims of it. It's something you love. So you
Football's an
act
emotional
irrational.
sport.
Yeah, it's emotional. I say I mean it's again, who realistically, who people are saying Zidane, go get Zidane, bro. Zidane doesn't want to come to Arsenal. Zidane has said no to France. Zidane has said no to multiple jobs. Zidane is, I think, cool with living off the reputation of his last thing. He's remembered for lifting the Champions League trophy. If I'm Zidane, I am never managing another team again, because I'm not giving you a shot to ever think that
I'm
I am
going
not a
Saudi or
top manager.
managing France's national team if I'm Zidane.
Exactly. Exactly. It's I'm not
Maybe
giving you
Juventus or Real Madrid because like I've got an affinity to them, but that's about it.
I am not giving you a chance, because he's the one that did he do was he the one that did the three back to back? He was the manager for
Probably,
that, right? Oh well,
probably.
yeah, I forgot whenever
Yeah,
he
at
did,
least one,
but
two.
whichever trophies I'm not managing again. So it's that is the predicament we fall into. And also, and that's another thing, that our Arsenal situation ourselves, I know he's the one that bears the brunt, because he's the
It's the
face
nature
of the
of the
actual
business.
problem.
Ultimately, it falls with the manager. You're
But
quote unquote the most disposable at a
that's
football
what I'm
club. That's
saying.
the
The
belly of the beast.
our problems itself, right? So if I ask you, what did you, if you ask Arsenal fans in general, what do you think the problems were? We didn't sign this player, we didn't do this, right?
Yeah, he can't blame. That's but the Zar, you
Is
said
that
it there, yeah. Because I feel Zar
ultimately, is
like
that Arteta's fault?
yeah, exactly. It's like he's either blamed for everything or he's blamed for nothing. That's why
There it is.
there's no nuances. That's why for essentialists like myself, it can be a bit jarring. Like with Mikel Arteta, isolate Mikel Arteta for a second away from Arsenal. I have nothing but respect for this man. I think he's an innovative coach. I wish I could sit down and speak football with him. I think he's shown big bollocks at times. I think there's times where other situations you could have and should have been sacked. And the balanced fans that want the guy out, I don't feel there's a leg to stand on when or there's a rebuttal to them. I think they're with valid claims. Equally, I can understand why people want to persist. What I would say to that is, at some point, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Big up Mikel Arteta for the back-to-back apes, or getting us out of that mess.
That's where I'm at.
People call us bottlers and these things are, and it's true. But if we're called bottlers, we have
Yeah,
to be
that's
somewhat a decent side, because we're finishing second. We're not getting over the line, but we're getting to that point. So my thing is, at some point, something has to change. I understand the affinity to Mikel Arteta, and I'm not even saying it necessarily needs to change not last season, but persisting with it, doing the same thing time after time. You know what's going to happen. At some point, you're going to have to you're going to reluctantly have to change. In the same way we saw Raya come in, we saw Tierney's role diminish. That can at times be extended to the manager. You can't have it both ways. You can't praise the manager's tactics, how he is, as you said, bring up all of those great stats, and then tell us we're entitled. It's fair to say we're sniffing at it. And then where I look at Arsenal, obviously you've plucked Mikel Arteta out of nowhere. Fair enough. If you are working in the world of football and you knew he just needed an opportunity, but he was essentially a coach. So if you're going to say, who are we going to get? One, it's not down to us. Two, you showed innovativity to get Mikel Arteta. You didn't go and get an established man. You tried that before with Emery. So it's like, how far does that go? And every year he doesn't get over the line, the question gets bigger. We can't look at Mikel Arteta and blame him for everything. We also can't act like he's a damsel in distress.
Yep.
We all know how it works. As much as he loves the club and everything, he's got a sweet gig here. He's paid a lot. He's got stability. He's not really I feel pressure from himself, but there's not really external pressures. It's a bit of a juggling job if I'm honest with you. People want a striker. You don't know necessarily if Sesko or Gyökeres is the right guy. If we bring in a striker and it doesn't work, you bring in another one. At some point, we're gonna have to try something. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way to Arteta, but if it ends now, you've set the foundations. You could leave with your head held high. I feel there's too much commitment to hating the guy, or there's too much commitment to finding excuses where there are none. You know, winners win and losers explain. We've been explaining a lot. As I said earlier, for me, bro, the last 3 years where we've come into trying to win trophies and doing all of this is now the realm we're in. We look at the last 3 years, different players, different contexts, different nuances. The bottom line is we haven't got over the line. How do we do that? Let's put our best foot forward. As I said, you can't blame him for everything. He can't be blamed. He can't be absolved of all blame. Unfortunately, the manager, this is the belly of the beast. So it is a difficult one. And to be honest, couldn't tell you who to get.
You brought up a very, very valid point that's I don't know if overlooked is the right word. Yeah, for the most part,
It's nothing like Pep Drew, but go on, Zar. I just find that a bit.
What you say?
Nah, because people always say he's copied Pep and stuff. Bearing in mind, Pep calls himself an idea thief, and I don't feel Mikel Arteta and Pep beyond the obvious or anything similar. I think it's quite lazy. But go on, Zar. You was making a point.
No, I mean innovative. So just to address that comment, innovative. Yeah, he is in our context. He brought something different to the club that we weren't playing that way. We weren't setting up in the manner that he.
From a tactical point of view, he gets a lot of flowers from some of his peers.
Yeah,
so he's made us.
He brought something new. We weren't set up like that. We used to play three at the back. Now we do.
We're a difficult side to
his
play
thing.
against now.
So yes, innovative. Is it somewhat of a play of where he was at and he got it from? Yeah, it's a play on Pep, but I don't know if that's a criticism or whatever. Dude, whatever wins games, it doesn't matter.
Copy the best in it.
I don't care. Whatever wins games is all that matter. But you brought up a very valid point right there, which is what I put myself in these guys' shoes, in the Kroenke's shoes, and I just don't. I guess you're judged on the balance sheet. There we go. I answered my question.
Yeah, you're getting Champions League.
I was about to say this guy is the highest. He's the highest. He's like the second highest paid. He's top 5. He's one of the top paid managers.
Well, he's getting 15 million a year. It's a sweet gig.
No results. Nothing to. It's just community shields and all that, bro. You're deluded. You know how real life works. Works. At my job, where I work at Barstool Sports. If you are paid a lot of money, if you're one of the top earners, right? And your podcast is not right off the bat. Oh, this is the make or break. This is the make or break for Arsenal show presented by. If it's not presented by and you're making a lot of money, guess what, brother? That is the last freaking contract you will be eating off. That's just how life works. So this is what I don't understand is how he's, from the owner's perspective, he's so highly paid, but there's no, I guess from the football, that's what I'm saying. There's the answer. I answered my own question when I thought about it. From the footballing side, it doesn't matter. The balance sheet is looking gravy. So guess what? We promote. Bro, he's brought us back into a guy that's like, oh, okay, I'll take off. And he's fine. I'll take off for to save money for transfer windows. Oh, that's a with us filling even a nothing game that didn't matter. Southampton, no, what was before Southampton? Newcastle, I believe was the last home game. I could be wrong. Newcastle was the last home game. The stadium was full. No, we were playing for nothing. The stadium was full, bruh. These guys hit the jackpot. It's now maybe we'll see now. Actually, you know what? The dynamic of the relationship is changing because for the first time he started saying stuff.
Yeah. He's starting to talk less diplomatic and he's putting it on them like we need to do this. So talk to the board. I'm excited. Goosebumps. All these things.
So now we'll see.
That's why I said you can't blame him for everything. But he has to soldier some blame.
Brother, when Wenger, I don't know if you that clip that always goes around, the quote that always goes around, and Wenger when he said, "I suffered for Arsenal, I suffered for this club." This is it. This now makes sense.
Let's be honest, it's a relationship of mutual interest, man. Like, let's be brutally honest. Arteta has a sweet gig, very sweet gig. You're getting paid a lot, as I said. Exactly, you're getting paid a lot. You've managed at Arsenal. There's been periods where other situations and circumstances people could have, should have, and in other scenarios would have been sacked. You're getting almost full autonomy within a remit over the club. You're getting a lot for a manager that's only been a manager for about 5 years. And I can understand it because, again, when you isolate Arteta and the tactics and the fact that he's been a manager in the Premier League, in the game for about, 3 years? Well, he's been in the Champions League 2 years and he showed progress. I can understand it. But the issue is, which I honestly can see happening, is Arsenal don't bear the fruits of Mikel Arteta's quote-unquote labour. Like, he goes elsewhere and wins things. But then I ask myself, does he really... I'm not saying to keep the manager, but I look at the wider range and I give people their praise and flowers. I don't, and I'm sure Cesc Fabregas even had an interview where he spoke about it. He said, when I was a player, pardon me, I always got the feeling that at Arsenal,
Arteta was going to be the coach. Yeah,
no, not even that. He always said, I got the feeling that whenever we was close to achieving stuff, so we might have the strikers, the wingers, we've got a decent bunch. We don't go and kick on. We don't go and marry the quality.
Yeah, that's why.
And I feel that generally about Arsenal. So it's like,
every single person.
Arteta, what changes? Like, when does it, like, maybe this is it. Maybe I feel generally if Arteta is going to win trophies, or everybody like Berta and everyone, it's going to be in spite of the Kroenkes. Never a direct prerogative.
It wasn't just Fabregas. It was all of them when they left. Van
All
Persie
of them
said the
said
same
it.
thing.
Van Persie said the same thing.
Nasri said the same thing. Alex Song said the same thing. Every single one of them.
And this is very different time
period. One of them guys, when they were leaving, were saying that this is why. And we were. I mean, of course, you defend the club because I support the club, not the player. So it's like I get mad. I hate Van Persie. I genuinely hate Van Persie.
I don't hate him
because of that. No, I mean, I'm on the club side.
That's probably where I'm a bit different as a fan, because I understand the tribalness. Oh, Van Persie went and signed for them. I'm angry. But then when I remove my emotion, I actually feel my unpopular.
It's not even for me. It's not who he went to. I don't care that. Well, I do care that it was United. It's not. It's just. It's the leaving part. So like Fabregas is the one, bro. Fabregas broke my heart. I don't know if I can ever forgive Fabregas. I loved that guy. I loved that guy.
I'm not saying this wrong here, but I'm not being funny. We saw Cesc Fabregas leave at 16 years of age. We've seen that he is a bit of a cunt on the football pitch, and he'll do anything to win, like what he did against Barcelona and whatnot. I can't be surprised you've engineered your move like that. And going back to Van Persie, I actually feel unpopular opinion in terms of the departures. He was quite crystal clear. Like, it's well known. Juventus were onto him. Arsenal were messing about. United made an offer, couldn't be refused. For him, it makes sense. I want to win stuff. Ferguson's winning stuff. I need a striker. Let me go and do things. And he was crystal clear with his statement as well. He's like, I'm trying to go one way. Arsenal's going the other. I asked about reinvestment. They're moving shaky. When I remove my scheme, my thoughts, you've got one life to live. Man United, them times are the big bad bullies. It makes sense. Because at the end of the day, like, you've gone and won a Premier League. Nobody cares about Van Persie, Man United, or Arsenal fans, quote unquote, now, because football is still playing. Once you retire, no one cares. But for Van Persie, you have won stuff that your ability deserved. And we've seen that time after time after time after time again. And I'm jumping ahead a bit of this conversation, but that's where you're looking at, maybe not necessarily this season, but next season for the Salibas, etc. Because I don't think the players have down tools, but I do think last January, or even the summer, but last January must have been the first time the players, and even to a degree Arteta, must have looked around and been like, fucking hell, what's going on here? We need a bit more. I think you look at 2022, 23 and the year after, when Arteta is telling them, we're developing, I'm developing as a manager, you're developing as players, great. But last year was the year they're like, we need a bit more. We didn't. The last summer windows tells me everything about those above the gaffer. He's got his problems, of course. But it's an idiot team.
I forgot who it was that I was talking to last week. Was it at the golf? At the classic? I forgot who it was. And we brought up something similar along those lines with the players that were so close. We've been so close and all that. We're fighting to convince these guys. The Magalhaes is just signed. You know, I'm seeing Skelly's about to sign and all that nonsense. I brought it up to this guy and I'm like, dude, if we're at a point where if we don't win it this coming season, we have to blow it up. We have to blow it up. We have to now actually get value out of, because this whole I'm being told that we have these Twitter tacticals. It's like, oh, we have the second most valuable squad in Europe. These Twitter tacticals are telling me we have this most valuable, this. So that's what I'm saying. So if we don't win this season, we have to blow it up. And as you pointed out, rightly so, bro. As the player, bro, I'm sitting in this locker room. I'm sitting there. I'm Saliba. I'm like, yo, I want to win trophies. I'm sitting around. I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, I love this club, but bro, I'm going to be sitting here, and these guys are going to tell me. These guys are going to tell me we're getting this striker, we're getting this striker, we're getting that striker. I'm hearing this, that. But at the end of the day, it's another defender that's sitting next to me. It's another midfielder. It's more of the same of nonsense. Why would I hang around? Why would I hang around? So it's gotten to that point where not only are you with this whole being timid and just not going for it, not getting that one that gets you
Complacency,
over the
man.
line,
It was comfortable.
is it's gonna cost you the entire squad.
And it's going to
One
cost you in
player.
the long run. You know what they say, Zar? The path to heaven feels like hell, and the path to hell feels like heaven. And I feel obviously we've ended up in hell come like the May period that's just gone because heaven, we were complacent. I have no doubt last summer we tried to do things, but like on a football pitch, you can try to win. Credits for that. If you do or don't win, then we ask questions. And I feel we was complacent. Too many chefs in the kitchen spoiling the pot. Didn't sign anyone that really improves our squad or our starting 11. Obviously, everything compounded. People losing form, people get injured. As I said, I feel unpopular opinion. I feel sorry for the players because I've seen
Yeah.
18-year-olds step up. People rush back from injuries. People playing with injuries. People, as romantic as it was to beat Real Madrid, we're going there with nothing close to a full strength team. And yeah, it was romantic. We beat them. That was probably the 1 out of 10 time that within that context it has that. When I remove the emotion, which is difficult in football, are we necessarily putting our best foot forward? 100% we're not. And I think it's a summer where everybody's got to sit in this, lie in this, and accept it. I think Arteta has adapted. You need to now evolve. Clearly, the players have got to take some responsibility. I hope Berta can do something. I sound like a hypocrite because I think the Cronkies could do better. And in fact, that's a good segment because as much as I get at the Cronkies and stuff, they've backed Arteta. Like, before I show you what I show you on screen, like, since they've taken full ownership in 2018, he's been allowed to sign Declan Rice. There has been money. They brought him to the job when he never had a CV. I can't say they're to be blamed for anything. But again,
They've
I
been
can't act like Arteta's a damsel in distress. Like, if I show you this on screen and go on, bro, like, this was last season, innit? With the sign, well, excluding a couple, but you know, we made Raya's move permanent. Marino came in, Calafiori came in.
yeah.
Fair enough. Edu and Arteta fucked up
Where
with
is
Sterling and
the
Neto, but I'm trying to go all the way back to 2018. So that was last season. Then if I share my screen, like, is it fair to say that is it really fair to get at the Cronkies? Because if we accept that they might not be doing what Chelsea's doing or City, but they've given more than enough. Like, can we really sit there and say in 2022, 23 or 23, 24, it's on the ownership that we didn't win? Because Arteta, to a degree, you could say that, but he's built the squad. No one told you to buy Kai Havertz and it didn't work and put him up front. He can't be blameless.
signing wise, I'm not
And then
hearing it.
look,
There's a reason why Edu left. Signings wise, I'm not hearing it. There's a reason why Edu left. If you look at it from about, so my eyesight is failing me here. But if you look at it, if you look back,
sign players,
if my
fam.
memory serves me well, from about, I think it was the Declan Rice from the Kai Havertz signing. Was Rice and Havertz were the same window, right?
Yeah, I just had it on screen. Like, this is
From
even what he obviously
from that
this was
window
probably a more
onwards,
renewal of a season.
it's been
But
all
money's been
Arteta.
spent. You got 50
It's
million for on party.
it's been all Arteta. All those players have been Arteta. Calafiori was an Arteta signing. Marino was an Arteta signing. Havertz was
And
an
generally
Arteta.
they've spent money
Rice,
since 2018. But you
Raya,
mentioned Rice and Raya. That would have been, was this year?
Raya.
This.
It's
Well, Peas has been spent, bro.
yeah. It's and that's that. Yeah, this window with Raya. That's Raya, Havertz, Timber. Those are all Arteta's players. That's why Edu left. That is why Edu left. So it's like it's still more of the same. It's like,
He
all right,
needed
what
to
do
go
we?
still.
This guy, that we bought, Berta, we'll see, I guess we'll see. He just brought in this guy. It's probably going to be too. This window came too soon. And that's another thing. People transfers take a long time. People got to realize the Berta effect. We're not going to feel it this year. We might feel it in January. Next summer's when actually the Berta, if he's allowed to do his thing, that's when we'll start feeling it.
I hear you, man.
But
Do you think we're on the topic of transfers? Don't get into specifics because we're gonna get into that
yeah,
in a bit, yeah. But should we be panicking? Do we have a
no,
reason to panic?
no,
Because as you
no.
said, things are going on.
I
But you
actually
see
wanted
what other
to.
people are doing.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that because I saw the thing, and that's the thing. That's a common thing on
Go on.
Twitter. it's oh, sorry, my bad. I thought there was a knock on my door. Yeah, no, no panic whatsoever. If you look at you panic when the window's closed. That is when you panic. If you look at how if you look at how transfer windows work realistically, people are getting all antsy and all that because certain clubs have to move quick. They have to move quick this window, early on in the window, to supplement their squads for the Club World Cup, right? Have to move quick to supplement their squads for the Club World Cup. We had that in the early slot, and then there's internationals immediately. So it's to do a transfer, the player has to actually go to the training ground, the opposing player's training ground, do the whole thing, the announcements, the medical tests, and all that. So it's not fantasy land where if he's away playing a game with Spain, we can secure and announce a signing. So I right now am not panicking whatsoever. It's early on in the windows. These guys haven't even gone on vacation. They haven't had a chance to actually go and finish off their moves. It's early days. We'll see movement. I think we'll see on our front, we will see movement probably. Movement will start now because players are now being released. Players are now being released from the national teams and all that. They're going on holiday. So anyone that's not involved in the Club World Cup is probably going to move now. So our targets, if you ask me, the guys that we're hearing about, the guy
Don't
from
get into depth yet, man. We're gonna talk
Sociedad,
on them.
Sociedad isn't playing in the Club World Cup, so his thing is going to finish off. His thing is going to finish off as soon as he's done with Spain. The striker situation, I'm hearing that's done too. He's not playing in the Club World Cup, so
ITK's off, people. You heard it. It's
so
done.
yeah, stop it. I don't do this ITK. I don't do this ITK nonsense. I
Hey,
use logic. I use logic, and I think it's Ornstein. It's all Ornstein. I read Ornstein, and when Ornstein tells you that a deal is in motion, you know how the deal works. You know how these deals work. We're at the final stage of it. It's these guys just need to finish off with their national teams,
dot
then
eyes
things will
cross
start
T's.
moving. And then so we'll see a certain so why people moved immediately after the season was because of the Club World Cup. That happened. I don't know why. United probably has a lot to do, so they probably had done work in the background on the Cunha and all that. So they announced those guys ain't playing. Those
And
guys
to
don't
be
play for the
fair,
national teams.
Zubimendi, Sesko, again, I don't
They're
want to
on
skip
national
into
teams.
them, but we've been hearing about that for a while. So Arsenal probably doing the groundwork. I do
No,
want to
but
ask you something, those are before you
yeah,
carry on, yeah, because I'm with you in that. I understand it. You know, when you got your fan cap on, as you said earlier, you're seeing other teams make
yeah,
moves. You're
you're
frustrated
panicking.
about how the season went on. As you said, the market's a bit weird in that it opens and closes. You know what Arsenal need to do. Probably we owe ourselves that because of last summer. I understand the frustration, but yeah, cool. Just because I can't see any rumors or no proper David Ornstein or Romano stuff doesn't mean I'm gonna panic. But at the same time, seeing is believing, and we don't know Arteta real better. And then I wanted to ask you, yeah, if that is our case, because as I said, I'm with you, but purely being devil's advocate, could you forgive fans if they were to say to you, Raz, I'm not gonna lie, I thought like that last year because I was sitting on my hands, 2-2s now, deadline day, we're running around for Neto and Sterling. Like, I don't want another repeat. The club kind of have to earn my trust. Where does this quote unquote false confidence come from? What would
So
you say to
boom.
that?
Boom, there it is. So that's actually I was going to supplement my thing with that is that so logically how it works is you have periods where people will move. So before holidays, right after holidays, right before the window shuts. That's where the activity goes. The other 3-4 months in between, in that 3-4 months, is probably like week 2-3 weeks in total where stuff is going on crazy and deals are being done. The other 2-3-4 months is just nothing really dead. However, unfortunately, due to our history and the past, that's the thing, right? When under the Cronky ownership and how we've seen our seasons go and all that, because this story Deluded, we ain't just looking at this. So, like for example, depending on when you started, right? Depending on when you started supporting Arsenal, if a guy starts supporting Arsenal last season, he has no wear and tear. So all he knows is, oh, okay, we get things done.
Ignorance is
And
bliss to a degree.
this is for me personally, it's a 30-year story. It's a 30-year story. I have seen these windows. I have seen how we go. So I factored that into my thinking where logically, yeah, this is when things are meant to move. But do I now trust these guys to get it actually done? Absolutely not. However, I do know,
And Burter,
and
we
I
trust,
try
man.
my hardest. I mean, I slip up. You see me firing off tweets. So, like for example, when I saw the Kepa thing, and I was like, I pointed out the
We're
fact
gonna
that
get into Kepa. Don't worry.
this is the 13th goalkeeper this manager has fucking bought in 5 years. We average 2-3 goalkeepers a year. We're buying 2 goalkeepers a year, bro. That's the most bought position that we buy. Goalkeeper, crazy. It's absolute insanity. But that's neither here nor there. So when I see that, I mean, I lose my mind. So we'll see. I try not to lose my mind. I know that the what counts is is the squad on August the 8th. However, it's still June, and you know our Arsenal Twitter and football Twitter moves. There's memes running 24/7. So that stress still plays on my mind. So when I see no movement, and people are now trying to tell me that I should be dancing and smiling and being scared and all that because Manchester United bought Mbuemo, brother. We're shopping in different shops, deluded. We're shopping in different shops. Them man are
Yeah,
shopping in
they're
all.
us when Arteta really just walked in,
Yes,
really, where
yes. You're buying project
you need
players.
to make sure you got certified plumbing works, really, if I'm
I
honest
am
with you.
I am looking for I am looking for that guy. You're buying. Buemo is your Pablo Maris. You're buying your Pablo Maris, your Danny Ceballos, your Marquinhos. So it's like why should I be freaking out, bro? Buemo wants to start. He wants to play. He's not good enough to kick Saka out. So I'm not in. We weren't in for. We're getting killed. We're getting killed by everyone on Twitter
You know
because
how it
guess
is,
what?
man.
It's fun.
It's
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
it's got a fly, man. Like you, I
It's fun to
obviously
dunk on
Arsenal had the
Arsenal for
level of
nothing.
interest in Buemo, but we didn't bid. But you know how it is. We'll do the same. Ah, you got rejected. Da, 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 da. I want to
We
ask
had
you a
interest.
question before I
Yeah.
forget as well. Zah, yeah. Do you feel like obviously everybody? I do think for one, the goalposts will move. Like I don't think I would love to, win the Prem and the Champs. Obviously, at a minimum, the league or the FA Cup. Something we got to have some level of a parade, right? But I think those people that obviously after seeing what Spurs and all them teams there done, everybody at this moment in time, it's the whole a trophy's a trophy. You've got to win. Da, 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 da. Obviously, if we just won an FA Cup or just won a League Cup, yeah, I think the goalposts change in that. Oh, but it's not the major ones. It's not the major ones. But my question to you as well, yeah, do you feel along the way since our FA Cup run up until this point, if we picked up a League Cup here, an FA Cup here, it's not that there wouldn't be pressure, but people will kind of allow Arteta a bit because everybody just keeps saying we've won one trophy. I know Arteta's a bit shameless, and I'm shameless as well, and say we won three. But where do you stand on that?
No, I don't think so. Like it's Arsenal. If we win the league next season, you'll see people out there on these streets saying that it doesn't matter because it's not a double. With
Goalposts
Arsenal
always move.
because our fan base is hated for whatever reasons. I mean, they may be well
No,
within
they
their
just
rights.
always
You,
move the
you,
goalposts. We
you,
were invincible, and people say, "Oh, you
there it
drew
is.
12 times."
There it is.
Okay,
There's no logic when it comes to arguing about Arsenal Football
everything's
Club.
black and white.
Facts and logic go out the way. It's more what's funniest. Let's run with what's funniest. Let's run with the meme. So I can tell you a fact. I can tell you a fact. Then you just say, "Oh, Zaw's stupid. His head's big," and that's now what people run with the whole thing. So I don't think until we win the Champions League,
Don't get me excited, though, man.
I don't think
You got to win the Prem or the
people
Champions. It just shuts people up, innit? And I
the
do
Premier
think
League
some
will
sections
keep
of Arsenal
people.
fans egg it on themselves because they're quick to say we're the best, we're this, we're that, and then they get their calculators out when it's we ain't won it really. Because what was the topic? If City ever fall off, Arsenal are going to be there. Now I'm not here to get Arteta the players or
Yeah,
whatever. That was something that was said. We have seen that play out, which is why I said to you earlier. Yeah, for me, I can criticize Arteta, and that will remain. The players the same, the Cronkies the same, but 3 years, three very different seasons, all of that jazz, some highs, some lows. Fundamentally, it's all ended the same way. We ain't got over the line. What are we doing or not doing for that? Let's do the opposite. We need to go back to the drawing board across all aspects of this football club. And I don't want to get excited, but naturally, Bert has just come in. I'm going to put my eggs in his basket. You're hearing he's bringing people around him. So I'd say that as the scouting thing is changing, or the emphasis around that. Obviously, apparently Mertesacker has been given some money to find some young players. That's going on.
That's where,
even down to the women's team, we're getting players. Obviously, I need my first team to get players, but things are going on. But we need to be aggressive now, because everybody should be on borrowed time. Because for me, I know a lot of people talk about the past, and you can never forget the past. I know a lot of people think about the future rightly or wrongly. I hear both sides of that. But it's never, it feels like this club, we haven't seized the present moment. We don't, Liverpool, God forbid, but Liverpool, well, not God forbid, but Liverpool could fall off a cliff under Onslaught tomorrow. The bottom line is they were presented with an opportunity to win that league. I couldn't tell you if they were saying that in August. They did it. Newcastle did it. Crystal Palace did it.
We don't.
That's what I need us to do. Get over the line, cement yourselves in history, because the players are bloody good. And I think the players fucking deserve it, if I'm honest with you, out of everyone. I feel sorry for the players. A bit for Arteta, but no, not really. Kroenke's not really. But you've come in by default. We need to seize this opportunity. You look at some of these players individually. If we were to do I don't know, best 11 of the Emirates era, the guys that have been in the last 3 years, if not necessarily
the majority
for
of the majority,
they'll be there. And as a squad, one of the best squads we've had in the Emirates era.
Yeah.
Are they in history? Probably not.
Yeah, no,
Crazy.
but you alluded to something that's very important. I'm glad that the club is finally, and we're still way behind, way too behind, and that's why we're suffering right now. I don't think people actually realize this. Why we're suffering right now, especially in the market and lack of flexibility and all that, is when you mentioned Mertesacker, the reluctance to invest in Hayland. That is what is burning us till this day. People wonder why Man
sell
City
them for decent money as well, man.
People wonder why Man City can sell people, can make 200, can spend 250 million in one window. I'll tell you exactly why. And people are saying, "Oh, financial fair." Brother, they are clean as a whistle. I'll tell you why. What covered that?
They're gonna buff case, man.
Cole Palmer, Lavia, they've sold youth players that have completely cleared out every single one of the entire books. Sancho helped clear out their books when he went to Dortmund and all that nonsense. That's where we need to focus, the actual academy, and I'm glad that they're doing that. Another thing that I wanted to ask you, I saw Nwaneri mentioned over there. What would you do with him? I was actually thinking season long loan.
Nah, man. Nwaneri, I hear it, but like, bro, nah, man. You've just got into the first team. You're good, man.
Deluded. Hear me out. No. I'm not saying he's not good. I didn't say that. I said season long.
No, I know you're not saying that, but I'm just saying, brother, you've just come from the academy. Like,
my logic is he's at that stage of his development where he has to be playing week in, week out. He has to be a starter, not coming off the bench to the 60 minutes, 70 minutes. Nope. He has to be starting minimum 30 games. 30 games.
That'd be nice. Arteta definitely could have used him a lot
He can't
more.
get that at Arsenal.
You're not going out on loan. He's not going out on loan for me. I can understand it, because I do agree that he needs to be exposed. He was on the cusp of obviously a first when England call up, arguably. When you look at the structure, I think two things go against him. I think in the short to medium term, you're probably seen as someone that competes / deputizes off that right-hand side for Saka. And it's a bit romantic for me, because I remember when Wenger was used to play them players there out wide that were going to be central midfielders. Where I look at Odegaard's role, and I don't want to make this a pile-on about Odegaard, but rightly so, a lot of fans were like, "Raw, can he come in?" I think with Nwaneri, it's got to be adjusted, isn't it? Like, he's 17, 18, not there physically, needs to improve over 90 minutes, needs to obviously get up to speed. I believe he needs to get up to speed with what Mikel Arteta wants from that Odegaard role off the ball. And obviously Odegaard's the captain, Saka's the star player. Arteta speaks about him being a striker. I can't see that. I don't imagine Nwaneri is going to be a future left winger. I think there's been room for that. I think, look at it in the twofold. I think Nwaneri should have been exposed to some more minutes. If I'm honest with you, there are rumors around an injury, and I can understand the frustrations around that. I would say I'd give you another year in the mix. You're going to be needed. There's a lot of first team football to be played. If we fast forward, Bizarre, like I said, in 2026, and we see similar minutes for Nwaneri, etc., then he probably goes on loan. But the man's still developing. You need to show. You haven't been given an opportunity, but I don't know if Nwaneri is going to be consistent for 2 games in a week, 3 games in 10 days. That's not a criticism. That's just the scenario he has to go through, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's in the right place, man. If he's not getting enough football, then he needs to. But if we've learned nothing more from that season that's just gone, Brother, we need depth.
Not
And
too
I'm not
much.
saying we need players for the sake of it, but we never have too many players. It's always too little. I'm not saying I want too many players. I want 1 million players, but I would rather it be cold outside and I've got 1 million jackets on and I have the luxury of taking off a couple, then thinking, oh, you know what? I've got 2 jackets on. Hopefully the temperature don't drop. I'm in issues. That's how I feel we look at our depth. I think Ranieri's cool, man. There was some rumors around he was injured
I'm
towards the
worried
end of the
about him.
season. I do
I'm
think he needed
also
to be bloody quickly.
worried about him. I don't like his people.
His people?
I don't like his agent.
What are you talking about, sir?
I don't like his agent.
You don't even know the guy.
So now I'm praying. No, I know him. He's the one.
I can tell you for a fact that guy is around some very good people.
He's the one. No.
If he wasn't around certain people, he wouldn't have made his Arsenal debut.
No, his
He
family.
could
His
have left
family.
at 14, 15, my guy.
His family, and all that. I know nothing about. Let me not even.
But why don't you like his
probably
agent? Like,
lovely people.
let's start there. Let's go.
I know his clients. It's the West African youths, the Alex Iwobis, the Sakas, he's Eddie's agent. He's all the young West African Ghanaian Nigerian youths are
Yeah, but why don't you like him?
Chalaba, because so with him is, if the elite project group, them guys will squeeze the club to the point where the club will, is like it walks away. You're relying more so with them. You rely more so on the player loving Arsenal. And I don't know much. I'm not saying he doesn't. I don't know much about Nwaneri yet.
So you don't like him because they squeezed the club. What is wrong with that, though?
I mean, you look out for you look out for your players.
I hear you. You got your fan
the player. They represent the player. I look out for the club's interest.
That's true. Me personally, I know. Listen, as much as I love Arsenal and I love these players, and I look at
I'm just worried about it.
Yeah, these players don't care. Ranieri's in the right place. The people around him are cool. I can't get at players for wanting what they're worth. Clubs will always underpay you. Fans don't give a crap once you're leaving. Go and get your P's, bro. Go and get what you're worth. Because what you're getting paid is pennies to an establishment as a football club.
Yeah.
These clubs don't care about you. You see, if they ever wake up one day and we've got someone better than you, or you've stayed here for 10 or so years, you want a 3-year deal, they only want to give you 1, they're going to fuck you off. Yeah. When I hear agents holding a club ransom, that's good. Now, what goes against the agent is kind of what you're referring to, but that's harsh, man. That's harsh. Don't get your P's right, man.
No, I mean, I see both sides.
I
definitely see both sides, and an agent. Your job as the agent is to look out for your players' interest, maximize your players' interest, your values, and all that. But I'm now an Arsenal fan. I've got my Arsenal fan hat on. The brains are now out of the emotion. I'm not out of the picture. I'm now speaking emotionally. He worries me. I want Ethan. So this is from a place me saying that I want Ethan at Arsenal his entire career. That's what I want.
It's a long career, man.
It's just with this agent, it makes me a bit nervous.
Used to say Ethan wants to be here for the whole of his career, man, or anybody. Really,
start the season as number 10. Nah. Let's relax.
Nah.
What do we? I saw the captain. Was you see it?
Yeah, man, class.
He's looking good,
man. He's back next season, man. Yeah, like bring Haaland with you to the Emirates.
He finally shows up. He shows up when the season's over.
You should know, Martin Odegaard with no pressure. You can't talk to him. Next season he'll be back, man. I'm coming to snatch a couple chains, man. Odegaard, nobody owes me nothing in life, but Martin Odegaard owes me. Do you know how many strays I've taken on the chin for Martin Odegaard?
Wearing the armband. He's gonna be back wearing the armband next season, huh?
Yeah, he's our Capitano, man. He's back. You know how football is, man. The minute he gets some assists and goals, I'm not saying people would ask questions. Yeah, not even people forget. People don't really care. I understand Odegaard is not not a traditional captain. I'm not even saying I would pick him. If it was me, Rice, Magalhaes, I think even Miles Lewis-Skelly might with a left field choice. But when you break it down, fans really don't care. They don't. If Odegaard's doing the Wonder Guard stuff, creating, scoring, nobody gives a flying monkeys.
That's it.
It's unfortunate. I wanted to ask you this as well. Yeah, go on.
Sorry. No, with fans, I was going to say, with fans, you're only as good as your last game.
Exactly. No one don't care. Big up Aaron Ramsey for going Mexico as well.
Yeah,
we mentioned goalies. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Are we being a bit harsh? Like, are we being a bit harsh on Mikel
All right.
Arteta? Because
What do you want? My. Oh
your
wait.
pick,
What?
you mentioned he signed a lot of goalies and that, and I hear it. It's not
The
wrong.
goalie.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Kepa specifically. That's what
No,
I
no,
was
we're
going to
gonna
ask you. What do you want?
keep us teeing you up. Don't
My
worry.
head or my heart? Oh, the
From where
goalie
this is,
situation.
from where this cursor is to this Arsenal badge, that's everything we have to talk about. Don't worry, man. Kepa's there somewhere. But
Deluded. Okay, on the goalie situation, it's big, harsh. The goalie situation is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Deluded. The goalkeeping unit is three. You have three goalkeepers in your first team squad. How can we buy two? We're averaging how many? How many? You count them. They're 13, I think. They're like 12 or 13. How many goalkeepers has he had? Let me see if I can name them off by heart. I can't actually see that. You see why I'm leaning forward. Let me name them. Emi
let me.
Martinez. Let me try naming them. Emi Martinez, Matt Ryan, Rooney Runarsson, Bernd Leno. Matt Ryan, Rooney Runarsson,
Yeah, but
Bernd
let's stop there.
Leno.
Yeah, cool. Is it really fair? Because obviously the Cronkies have taken over in 2018. I think Arteta joined around these times.
I'm
Leno was in his.
sorry.
Yeah,
I am
he had Leno
sorry.
and Emmy Martinez. We sold Martinez for a profit, rightly or wrongly. Can't blame him for that. Runnison, I do blame all the recruitment staff because how on God's green earth you can go and find that keeper, I don't know. But we needed a keeper. Matt Ryan was on loan. We needed depth. I hear it in a sense that we haven't had
Neto,
any stability there. But when you break it down, it sounds cool, but really,
brother, I'm sorry.
from the
Again,
2018-19 season to 2025-26, we're really gonna kill a man for this goalie thing.
three again, deluded. Three squad slots. It's a
Mhm,
three squad slots, right? And of
mhm.
which, of those three, if we're being honest, you just need one. One is the one that plays.
Yeah, you need a competent number two.
If
So
we're being realistic, you just need one. It's very rare. You can go. You need a competent, yeah, and all that. You can go an entire season without a goalkeeper getting injured. That's actually
hopefully,
the most
man,
likely
because I think we're going to see a lot more of Kepa
true.
than we all believe.
That's more. I don't you think that that'll be more due to his experience level and the fact that he can actually
Nah,
play?
I just think it's written in. I don't want to wish injuries on anyone, but I just have a
Yeah,
feeling because I'm not really
right.
convinced with Kepa, but I just have a feeling we're going to see it. But as I was saying, when you
But
really
for me,
break
if
it down, yeah,
bro,
it's not making sense.
12 signings, two. We're signing, bro. We're
Emmy
averaging
Martinez
two.
was sold. Leno was here before him. Runnison dud. Okay, cool. You was a dud. Don't know why you scouted that. Hold your L. Matt Ryan was on loan. Leno, I think he went on loan to Fulham them times. We then brought in Ramsdale, which was the guy he had to get because he wanted David Raya. Ramsdale did quite well. Fair enough. Nobody was talking about upgrading upon Ramsdale, but Raya became available. We brought him in. Obviously, as a club, we failed to get a number two properly last season, which could have been Garcia. So then he's not here, but then you throw Neto in there. Somebody in the chat said Tommy Setford. That's clearly an
That
academy
was a
signing.
promotion. That was a
Matt Turner
promotion.
was here for a year. Clearly
Turner,
another
Matt Turner, we
stopgap.
bought him.
No, I'm
No, but
critical. Are we
deluded,
critical of the right things? We've done too many
deluded. No, 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 no.
stopgaps, but it's not that deep.
Deluded. Look,
When you look at it, it's really
we're
not that
signing.
deep.
We're signing two a year, bro. We're signing two. We're
Yeah, and this
averaging.
needs to be the
We're
last year. Make
averaging
no
two
mistake.
a year. We're averaging two a year. Deluded. Let me ask you this as an Arsenal fan: how long have we needed a striker?
We need a
How
striker, a
long have we
million
needed a
things,
striker?
a million percent.
How long have we
But
needed a
we're
winger?
conflating the two. We're
How
talking
long?
about goalies.
So
You're talking
why?
to me about
No, but
strikers.
why is this? Why is it the goalkeeper position is the only position that we address
I
literally
hear you
every
because we
window?
keep signing
Two,
goalies and left backs,
two,
but I'm saying specifically to this goalkeeping situation, is
two.
it that
We're
deep?
signing two a season.
So the frustration is because we're not doing
We're
things
not
in other
addressing anyone else.
departments. It's
It's a
not necessarily
misallocation.
around the goalie
Yeah,
thing then.
that's it. That's it. It's a misallocation of resources. How are you signing 13 goalkeepers in 6 years? When you haven't signed a single strike. No, but even with the misallocation of resources, just that statement deluded. How are you signing 13 goalkeepers in
I
6 years?
when if
I'm sorry.
I want the
That's
same
that's
answer
that's
you want,
jail
but
worthy.
someone's got to be devil's advocate.
I'm sorry. You gotta go to jail for that. That is
Fuck, you know. And somebody mentioned that Eddie Howe does it all the time. To be fair, I want more stability. I just think when you peel it back, it's more my frustrations with the goalies. Evidently, we're signing a lot. And like you said, with the strikers, it's not, we're not doing the long termism here. Like we haven't got that fixated. Well, Kepa's coming through the door, but that fixated number two, potentially three. It's people have been in the halfway house. Clearly, I don't know who scouted Matt Turner or Ryan. They were clearly, sorry, Matt Turner or Runnison. They weren't good enough. Matt Ryan clearly wasn't seen as keeping someone permanently. Aaron Ramsdale, we got to a point where we had to make an unpopular decision. Raya's been a better goalie. You can't get at him for that. Leno was here prior. I understand it, but it's more our frustrations around outfield positions
That's
than
that's
necessarily the
it.
goalkeeping
That's where
situation.
that's where
So then that's my
that's
point. We're conflating the two.
and it's like, for example, this guy that was meant to come in. We spent how long? How many resources do we allocate chasing him,
And that's what I
two,
mean.
three
Last summer was a
windows,
mess. There's
wasting
too many
time, and
chefs
then
in the
for him to tell
in
me
the
he's going to
kitchen.
Barcelona.
We need a striker, though, man. You are right on
When
that.
you have right. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's unacceptable that we're signing two goalkeepers a freaking season and we haven't signed a striker. I am sorry, 13 and 6 years. It
It
that's
is
the
a
one thing.
madness. If we're not defining defenders and goalies, we're not in the summer market. We're not
I'm
active.
I try my hardest to be very rational with Arteta. I like him. I think he's a good coach and all that. That is the number one thing, irrational or not. That is the number one thing that winds me up and it pisses me off every single time I think of it. The fact that, bro, I'm guaranteed to get two goalkeepers in. No striker. This guy, Arteta's. Wait, have people not realize that we've signed that many goalkeepers?
Well, I think
Let's
everyone
try to
forgets about a couple goalies we
let's
signed,
see
man.
those comments.
This is
Like,
the thing. If the
guys,
manager has a list of free strikers and the club don't get them, whose fault is that? It's all hypothetical. None of us know. That's why I blame the club as a whole. That's
yeah,
why, Kais, for me,
yeah, that's
everybody
yeah.
holds it.
You can't point. You
Arteta,
can't.
people above, everyone's in this together. I don't like I don't like blaming Arteta for everything. Likewise, I don't like the fact of there are some that are more disciples of Arteta. When we do well, it's all the praise. Everyone but him gets criticized. If Arteta didn't believe that he could do what needed to be done, regardless of how good or bad the Cronkies are as owners and how much money he's got to spend, you wouldn't have taken the job at the second time of asking. Because remember when we got Emre, he said no. And if I can forgive him for that and say, okay, maybe you, despite the fact you played for Arsenal, so you know how our owners operate. But cool, as a manager, you might have been naive. You signed a new deal. So you believe you can accomplish what you can accomplish. You've been flirting with it, as I said. So I think Kai's bang on the money. You can't just blame the owners, blame Edu or now Berta, just blame Arteta. Everyone's in this together. I do want to ask you this as well, man, because I'm conscious of time, yeah. I've been asking everyone, I've been doing live streams with this. With Arsenal's 2024-25 season now wrapped up, I want to know your player of the season, young player of the season, most improved player, unsung hero, disappointment of the season, performance of the season, goal of the season, and out of 10 a season rating. Let's start with season rating. What are you giving out of 10, my boy?
God damn, the season as a whole.
Big up, guys.
Season as a whole. All right, let me try be fair. I'm gonna try my hardest here to be fair and factor in everything. That Champions League run was something else. We were very close to. I'm looking at the game and even the result. League was a very big disappointment, but again, we didn't come away with a trophy. That's where the issue is. I think ultimately this season, the most important thing was to get some sort of silverware. It would have been nice. We went hunting, we went big game hunting. We went big game hunting,
Never
especially with
come
the
back with a
Champions League.
catch.
But we didn't catch it. That's the thing. We went big, we didn't catch, we weren't serious about the
No point
small
finding the end
game.
of the rainbow if you don't get the gold, innit? Whatever it is.
So season as a whole, maybe a 6 because of the Champions League run. That Champions League run was magical. It pulls it
I'm
up a
gonna
little
say
bit.
4, bro. I'll be real, man. I'll
The
be real.
Champions League, brother. The champion. To if we're being realistic, we weren't really out. I mean, they won the game. They won the game. They won both games and all that. We weren't completely outplayed by PSG in an
So
alternate
do you agree with Arteta saying we were
universe.
the best team in the Champions League in the aftermath of
No,
the PSG game?
no. No, because the results matter at the end of the day, right? So I can't ultimately, I can say we weren't outplayed. I can't ultimately say we're the best team. Results do matter at the end of the day. So we weren't really outplayed. In an alternate universe, Trossard, and Martinelli have their shooting boots on. Donnarumma does not have the game of his
In an
life.
alternative universe, we have upgrades on them because we've seen that many a time. Like even in the FA
Okay,
Cup in the last
you can
10 years.
argue that. All right,
No,
so
but even in the that's why I feel as a club
that's
we're
where
not
the minus
learning.
points.
Them man are squad players. Like how many times are we going to look at players that can go through patches of form throughout a season, but when it's crunch time, not put the ball in the back of the net. I'm being very disingenuous to a degree.
Yeah.
But we went out the year before last year. We went out the FA Cup to Liverpool. We went out this year against Man United. Two very different teams, yeah, to very different games. Apologies. What is the one common theme between the two games? We didn't put the ball in the back of the net. Why?
Yeah.
Look at our staff. Like we've ran. I feel we got to remove the positive and the negative and all the emotion and just look at the squad for what it is.
Yeah,
If we want to get over the line, certain people cannot be as
not good
prominent
enough.
or as
Yeah,
important. It's
yeah.
jarring.
Trossard,
Champions League,
Trossard.
Champions League 9 out of 10 run. If I had to isolate, I give it 9 out of 10. Like it
That's
was
what's
near enough
pulling.
faultless, great, that terrible. Other than that, on the whole, pardon me.
That's what's pulling the overall score up to the six. The
Let's be
Champions
honest, we
League.
finished second in the Premier League, but we found ourselves in that weird spot where we
That's
can't get near
that's
Liverpool
Premier
and we're
League.
better
Premier
than
League was
everyone
a
else. We've
bro.
adapted, not
We
evolved.
weren't even. Let's not lie to each other. We weren't even close. Premier League.
We weren't even close. Everybody likes to say, oh, it's because
We
of
weren't
injuries.
close.
Clearly, there's multiple themes,
We were
but when
second,
everyone
but we
was
weren't
fit,
close.
it weren't all wavy. It weren't just that.
Yeah, it's not like they weren't. They stopped sweating. They stopped sweating by Christmas.
And then
It wasn't
January, I
close at
look at
all.
people above Mikel Arteta and the board because the squad is crying out for additions. I know January. I think every Arsenal fan or football fan knows January is difficult to do business. All of that jazz, yeah. But you did nothing. And what
Yeah,
makes me a bit harsher is we was linked with Ollie Watkins. Them times that one day was being floated. Ollie Watkins was offered to us. We didn't go hunting for him. That's where it's just hella complacency, man. Hella
yeah.
complacency.
No,
For
I'm
me, it's
with
a
you on
4 out of 10 as a whole. Isolated, I think there's, I'll give the Champions League a 7-8. I give the league, we finished second, but for me, really, I think it's a 5. We showed some adversity, but I wasn't impressed with our performances. Fair enough, we got to the semi-finals of the League Cup, but across those 2 legs against Newcastle, which is a big club, didn't put our best foot forward. FA Cup was an idiot thing. It's as simple as that. Like, shouldn't have went out in those contexts. You go down to penalties, it is what it is. I'm not here to just blame Odegaard or Kai Havertz or whatever, but our same shortcomings are rearing their heads every year. If nothing changes, bro, nothing changes. We're going to keep talking about the same things. So what are you giving it overall?
I'll stick to that. 6-5.
Apologies for the
6-5 range.
PTSD, man.
5
Making you
6
remember the
5
season.
6. Yeah, sorry. I'm pulling up the team so I don't miss no play on these play of the season things.
We're finishing
See
outside
on
the
my
top 4 according to Tottenham Ranger. Take your word for it, man. I'll take your word for it. You think you will do well to finish 5th? Fair play. Hopefully the boys can prove you wrong. But yeah, man, stay humble. Stay humble.
this is gonna be the tough one.
Yeah, goal of the season.
Oh, goal of the season. Goal of the season. Goal of the season. I mean, goal of the season because of how it made me feel. It has to be the when lightning struck twice. The second one, when lightning
I
struck
went with the second
twice
one as well from Rice.
with it at Madrid, because that's when it was like, there's no ways. It's like, you're sitting down in the thingy, you're happy
You
you're
can't
winning.
believe it. It's surreal, even when you watch the highlights.
Yo, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. Oh, it ain't happening. Yeah, no, it was unreal. That's definitely goal of the season for me.
Performance of the season.
Sick. Again, that's gonna sound like a cop out, but the Madrid games, those are the only ones that really mattered at the
If
end
you
of the
had
day.
well, you could say City. Out of the home one or the away one, which
Oh
one
yeah,
would you say?
the city one. Bernabeu, the way.
You know what? I'd go with I hear you. I hear why you'd go with that. I think you've got complete reasons, and many people have. But for me, the first one, because
Man City,
that was
yeah,
the
but the
first
penalty
game, bro.
didn't.
Like Mazda City, we
Penalties.
slaughtered them, fair enough. But it's Real
That
Madrid.
actually is
Like
true. That first game, because people were like, oh,
the
Arsenal,
2 free kicks,
why
everybody
even
standing
play?
firm.
Why even showing up, Arsenal? Why even this? Actually, yeah, the first game.
The
Yep,
first
yep.
game,
With how
like
we're getting
but
killed
nobody
online.
had that on their bingo cards, in it. No one,
Yeah,
like
bro.
no
It
one.
was it was
Second
a
leg, I hear it
really
because there was still the whole the Real Madrid comeback, what they call it, remontada or whatever, and it was a
yeah.
professional job and whatnot. But for the shock factor, the game at the Emirates, for me, man.
That
So
was
you
yeah.
went
No,
with
no.
the
You're
away
right.
one.
You're right. You're
So you
right.
got Rice's second goal for goal of the season, performance of the season, Arsenal in the second leg at the Bernabeu, disappointment of the season.
Just the Premier League.
I hear it. I hear it.
The
You could go
Premier
with that.
League.
I hear it.
It's every single. You know what? The draws. The draws.
14.
The draws. Way too many draws. Where it's not even just. It's not draws. It's not getting back into the game draws. It's bottling
Dropping points
draws.
from winning positions and
Yeah,
just silliness.
yeah. That's what was disappointing. There were so many. You can pick Brighton. There were a lot of them.
If you had to say a game for disappointment, though. Can't believe you're
Man
taking this
City,
one.
Man City, Man City, Man City 2-2 at the end.
For disappointment of the season.
It was, yeah, because it's the hurdle of it being at the Etihad. It especially so I'm trying to put myself back in how I felt then. That was the team from last season. That was the team from last season that were meant to, at that time, were meant to topple. And you
Any
were
one of the
leading, we're
14
leading,
draws for me
we're
or
leading,
Newcastle away in the
we're
League Cup.
leading 2-1. We're leading 2-1. We're leading 2-1. And John Stone, bro, I thought that game was over. That game was over.
Yeah, but
John Stones,
disappointment of the season.
John
I
Stones
hear
at
it.
the
It's a
end.
bitter pill to swallow. It's a kick in the teeth. It's never nice to concede early, but you know, dodgy
The
refereeing
PSG,
decision. We came from behind. We
get out
stood up
of
tall. Really disappointment.
how did we at the result was this because I mean the
West
PSG,
Ham at
PSG,
home, I would say. Do you know
PSG
what? I'm a
were
hypocrite because you
losing.
know what? For disappointment of the season, I'm a hypocrite because I said when we was rating the season, I was saying Champions League, but just for me and how I feel as a fan, disappointment of the season, you could say it's the league because it's been frustrating. You could actually say Brian's on the money, 10 men against Man United. That's probably mine, you
The
know.
FA Cup, yep,
He's probably just
yep,
made my point
yep.
redundant. I might as well
But
just shut
at
up now,
that,
you know. And Joshua,
so
like,
why I
I
so
was gonna say
why
Champions League for me
so why I
because they
don't
made me
consider
dream.
that why I don't consider that United game. I'm trying to put myself in how I felt at the time. Why I don't consider that United game,
So you were more pissed off at the Etihad draw
even
than
though we were
going out in the
second,
Epic Cup.
even though we were second at the time, we were like second and some at the time I didn't think we were out of it. Why I wasn't really disappointed in that Man United game because somehow, some why in my brain, I still thought that we were in for the league, even though we're chasing Liverpool.
I think you're bugging
That
still.
Man City, bro, the Man City game happened so early. It happened early in the season. I thought this was it. That was gonna be the galvanizing. We finally done it. Everybody's now gonna shut up. Arsenal, hey, Arsenal always goes into these big games to draw. They don't play to win. They don't. We finally done it. One at the Etihad. Now we can kick on and actually put a stamp on this season. Let's go. Then John Stones
I
crushes our
understand it.
souls. The narratives. Bro, it wasn't even the
How can you be
agenda.
more
If you
disappointed
remember,
with that than Newcastle or Man
no,
United in the cup? That's
it's
crazy.
how I felt then.
To be
Because
honest,
then
even Crystal Palace coupled. Well, if you had to put Prem results, I'm sure
which
there's
one?
when did-
Palace, because
I
Palace
swear
we
I
beat.
can't even
Palace we
remember now. I
played them in
swear
the
Palace
cup.
pissed me off. Palace did something to us.
Palace 5-1 was the cup. Palace 3. No.
Was it in the Prem? I don't know, man. I feel like I was
We
disappointed
played Palace
against
a
Palace.
lot this year. Yo, we played Palace in the League Cup. We played Palace. We played Palace a
I
lot this
wouldn't I
season.
wouldn't say disappointments, yeah, but I remember Liverpool at the Emirates and Chelsea away. Again, I said at the time, and I'm sure if I go through in my match reviews, yeah, you can't keep dropping points from winning positions.
Let's see.
There's
Let's
been a couple of
see.
them games where they've been bitter pills to swallow.
Let's see. Chelsea, no. Liverpool 2-2, no. Yeah, it was that Man City game. Because bro, it was so early. It was so early in the season. It was so early in the season. It was what the third game of the season.
To be fair, the two games against
Third,
Everton. Well,
fourth.
to be fair, everyone gave up in the away game, but the one at the Emirates, stinky game of football to watch.
That is the one that I thought that we're gonna beat them away and all that. Bournemouth, the red cards. I guess that also was a disappointment. Newcastle, Man City for me, I think, because of how I felt then. Then
You
these
know
other
what else?
ones,
I don't
these
want to
other
say it
ones
was
were
one of my
out.
prouder moments, yeah, but I was like, you know what, fair play in it. You man stood tall. There's bare other disappointing
Bro, we
performances
had
for me.
won. We just like concentrate, get the first ball. Literally, just get your head to the first ball. Whistle goes. We've beaten.
I hear it, man. I
That
hear it. I hear
that
it.
momentum wise, I think could have done wonders for our season. You never know. You never know in life because that's the thing, man. Life is about, especially at the top, especially in sport. You hear it. It's margins. It's those fine things. That little
Yeah, we're
one
never on
thing
the right side of
could
them.
have set off. It could have set off a 20 game winning streak. Who knows?
We win a
Because we
couple
were
battles.
crushed.
We need to start winning wars. Who would you say is
Please.
unsung hero?
Ooh. Okay, that's the one I hadn't started thinking of. I was more looking at the player of the season. Unsung
Calm
hero,
down, man.
unsung hero, unsung hero, unsung hero.
For me, it's
Who
Reno.
didn't get credit? Yep, he's up there. He's definitely up there. He's my, I don't know if you have this category, but he's my player to watch for next season. He's such an intelligent
Man's
footballer. He's such an
inventing his
intelligent
own
footballer.
categories.
I want to see him. I want to see him play. I'm not making his son. And I'm sorry, making this my show. But Marino, of course, you got to give a shout out to Kivio. Kivio unsung.
There's
He
a one
came in.
reason I'm not giving him unsung hero, but we'll get to it.
He came in. He came in when it was nervy times. Uh, Mikel Marino. Then Havertz was injured. Who else is down here? Kivio Timber. Now they played.
I can't believe you need to go and look online to remind
Right. No,
players.
to make sure that
That
I
means
make
you
sure I
don't
see
believe
everybody.
in what you're saying is your heart, man.
Partey.
Too long. You're taking too long with this.
Unsung is Marino. Unsung is Marino.
I'll go with him. Most improved player. If there wasn't that category, I would have given the previous one to Kivio, but I'm going to give it to
Kivio, I
Kivio.
guess.
You
Yeah,
stood tall.
Kivio.
You look good in
Kivio,
your own
most improved.
position. You proved me wrong. Fair enough, Kivio. Who's yours? You going with Kivio as well?
He got really better. Kivio took the thing. You know what? Honestly, most improved, but that doesn't really count because we didn't really know what we're gonna say. But he's also gonna get the. I want to split them though. Most improved. There we go. Most improved. Miles Lewis Skelly. Because bro, I didn't think we'll get. If we're being honest, I don't think we were gonna get a top player. I did
No,
not
and
think we are gonna
now
get a
I
top
mean I've
player.
been telling man about Miles Lewis Skelly. I can't say I predicted the future and you're playing well against Madrid and the Haaland stuff, but I hear it. You've gone from being an academy grad on the peripheral to England call ups. I can't say you haven't had the biggest trajectory and improvement. I would only not give it to him because I'm giving him Young Player of the Year. I don't feel there's big up Wanyeri. You can't give man 2 awards and you can't say it's Wanyeri. You can't say it's Wanyeri when Lewis Skelly's been here. Big up Wanyeri because he's been doing
Okay.
his thing.
I
But you
I mean I
can't
wanted
say
to split
Wanyeri's
the
Young Player of the Season.
I
There's
wanted to
no way.
split the all right, so Miles gets young player. I'll change my most improved. Then who just got really better and I guess Partey or Timber could no,
You could give
because
it Timber.
Timber,
Post
yeah,
ACL did his thing.
Timber post ACL, but he's also in my player of the season contention. Yeah,
True.
Timber, I'll give it to Timber.
Young player of the season, without a doubt.
Miles,
It's gotta be Miles Lewis Skelly.
Miles, yeah.
Player of the season.
Right. I have three.
Let us know.
I have three.
First, second, and third rank them. There's gotta be a winner.
I have three. I'm not gonna rank them yet. I'm gonna throw three guys out there that played very well the entire season from start to finish. I think they were on average very good. Magales
100%.
is in that. I have four. Damn it. I thought I had three. I have four. Thomas Partey. I thought he played well this
You said
season.
Magalhaes Partey.
Urian Timber. Mr. Consistency. He was just an 8.5 the entire season, every single game. Declan Rice. Them four and the fifth, David Raya.
All right, but only one man can win. If you win a race, someone's got to win it, bro.
Urian Timber.
Fair enough.
He
Fair
played.
enough.
He played
I don't
more.
think people can say no to that. Fair enough. Timber done his thing.
Played more than Magales. He was part of the unit that helped contribute to what's his name's Golden Glove. Just an absolute baller every time. He just makes the right decisions every single time he's on the field and all. He comes in first. Second, probably David Raya.
It's a
David
shame that he's a
Raya.
goalie, man, because I think Raya's deserved a bit more
Yeah.
plaudits, but
Yeah,
it is what it
Raya
is.
second. Raya second, Rice third. Then Magalis because of the injury. I mean, he got injured. He was. I mean, he was playing very very well. If he finished off the season, he definitely would have. I think he
Injuries
would have
or
been my
not,
place.
Magalhaes is my player of the season.
Yeah, no,
Easily.
he played very
Easily.
well.
And that's the thing. Like, have you noticed, when you were saying that, we're more thinking of the defensive minded players. And someone
Yeah,
might throw in a Rice or a
yeah.
Partey, of course, but
No,
it's not Saka was injured, of
brother.
course, but it's not our attackers.
from the
This needs
sixth
to
from the
change.
sixth position down. Where all our players this season are coming from.
And this is why I feel sorry for the players, because if you know they say defense wins titles and goals win games, it's like we ain't won a title, but we've quote
Yeah,
unquote we're closer to having a title winning
yeah.
defense than we are to having goal scorers and whatnot. But that's for another
Deluded
stream. Go on.
20 what was it? 23. 23? 23 goals off our goal tally from last season.
And yeah, people can say there was
23.
Kai Havertz and Saka were injured, great, but we know we need
23.
to improve in that area, man. There's no way around
That's
it.
just not good enough. How can you go down 23 goals season to season, man? It's
I think it's
crazy.
lazy if you just hide
Yeah,
behind
it is.
injuries. Of course, if people are fit, of course, but like it just hides from the fact that we need
You're
everybody fit.
you asked me why we didn't win the title. There's your answer. Bro,
Mm.
our defense, what did our defense do? Our defense leaked what? 20, let me check, like 20 goals?
Yeah, but then we've dropped record points from winning positions as well. So I don't think it's just one
That you have to
singular
consider
reason.
that. Yeah,
But
you
if
have
we
to
did have
consider
them
that.
strikers, I don't think we have. I don't know if we
It's
win the
just
league, but I think 14 draws is at least cut to 7. And there's very different conversations to be had about the running. But it's neither here nor there. It's all what ifs. And fundamentally, as we keep saying, Zah, in the last 3 years, three different seasons, the bottom line is we haven't got to the Holy Grail. And that needs
yeah,
to change, man.
conceded the least 34. 34.
It's a shame.
The next team is Liverpool. What's 41?
But this is the nonsense though with us. It's like we're half the glass is half filled, half not. It's like there's 10 reasons to be optimistic. There's 10 reasons to think alarm bells. It's been a mixed bag, and it's kind of reflected in the good and the bad stats this season. Which again, I keep saying this: if we want to be a team that I'm not going to say we're always going to beat Real Madrid, but beat Real Madrid and beat City, decent top 6 record, little isms and schisms. We've got more than enough. Semi-finals, we've got more than enough. If you want to get over the line and do certain things, something's got to change. And if
Deluded.
nothing changes, my boy.
We're down 24 goals, and you're trying to tell me 2 more goalkeepers are transfer wind. This club
We
is
need to
not
do everything.
serious
Sure.
about life. This club is not serious
Who knows,
about
man?
life.
With our set piece
Buying
coaches
2
and
goals.
Sesko, we might lump it long to them kind of
Fucking hell,
brothers.
man. 2 goalkeepers a window, and we're down 24 goals.
That's what I mean. We're a mixed bag, bro. And it's what? It's whatever drink you want to use as a tonic to somewhat console
And
yourself
that's
in it.
and the
Because it's
problem
everything.
is
But you
that's the
are right
problem
though.
is
Aside the goalkeepers,
everybody's pushing their own brand of that's the problem with the Arsenal fan base.
it's whatever
That's
helps
where
you
that's where
sleep
we'll
at
never
night, bro.
people are just pushing their own brands of tonic. It's like, all right, this little thing, let me run with this. Let me run. It's
I
gonna be a
think the
long summer.
Arteta sexuals, I'm not gonna lie, I think they're doing crack because it must be easier. But I think everyone else is alcoholics. If I'm honest with you,
It's actually crazy. They were like quiet for just after the season ends. Now they're back. It's like all of a sudden, it's what's that move? Men in Black. The whole the thing, memory wiped. Boom.
this is
Now
why
they
football is
let's
great and
dance.
it is a
This
gender
guy's a
season.
genius, bruh. Now it's they're doing their the one that kills me. They're doing these stupid. They waste all day, bro. You scroll through their timeline. There's like 5 or 6 different a day, 5 or 6 different fantasy lineups of potential Arsenal starting lineups for
Lord,
this season.
when I stopped listening to fans on social media, yeah, I think out of all the things, some are right, some are wrong, but I think the biggest stupidity I've ever heard is in the first half of the season, people were putting down a lot of the things we've spoken about. People have commented on. People are like, oh, we're saving ourselves for the second half of the year. That sounds good. Break it down. Do you think any footballer or any manager of any team is going into any game in the first half of the season and going, don't run too much because the second half of the season we're going to go full throttle? It's not making sense. We all know from August, you need to get to December in and around achieving what you can achieve. From December, you need to make sure you navigate that festive period, get into February,
'Cause
March,
that's where the
and then from
games are
March to
at.
May, it's the shootout. Get it over the line, bro.
That's where you position yourself. That
Exactly.
December
Saving
period.
it to the second half of the season. Liverpool are going to fall off because Slot and and then it's a complete 360 of, oh well, Liverpool aren't exactly that bad. Just give them their credit. Look at what we need to do and just keep it moving, really and truly. I'm
But so
conscious of.
Zubimendi, what end of the week?
We're going over. Let's go over it. You did see yesterday Real
Zubimendi.
Madrid are pushing hard to sign him. That's changed because David Ornstein said if this was
That Madrid thing. Madrid does that. The problem with Madrid is I don't know if it's a cultural thing.
I think it's
I
just the
think it might
media,
be
man. They're
cultural.
gassing it.
It's no, but but they operate like that all the time. It's always media heavy. Everything that they do, it's just crazy,
So what you say? What you
crazy
saying
media
for
pressure.
Zubimendi? You excited?
It seems like it's done. Nah, 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 nah. I don't get excited no more. I don't get excited no more. It seems like, I'll be honest, these guys are good at and you know what, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give them some credit. They're good at plucking these pieces. The pieces are always good. Pieces are always good. There's always players in there somewhere. It's just always when it becomes
I
the
think
a
fans are gonna love
unit.
this guy, man.
When it becomes as a unit, we don't get the results. So I think they based off Arteta's talent ID with these midfielders. I mean, Marino, I'd ruled him out, but by now I'm like, yo, we need to actually start thinking about Marino as a starter. This guy is an intelligent
Huh?
footballer. I think, bro, Marino is a good player.
I
Marino
didn't say
is.
he's not a good player. I've been backing him. That's one I've been back. But I
We
heard
need to start
starter.
thinking. We need to maybe start. It's Odegaard ain't showing
Start
up.
where, bro?
Odegaard ain't showing me nothing.
I hear that, but
Odegaard
like,
ain't showing me
okay,
nothing.
where is Merino starting? Because
Odegaard.
we get the striker you want, you get the left winger you want. Zubimendi's coming, and
Odegaard.
between him and Partey, where is Merino starting?
Odegaard. Odegaard ain't showing me nothing.
So Merino in
Realistically,
the 10.
but realistically, he won't start. But
I
it's
think we
like,
might see Havertz there before Merino, if I'm
yeah,
honest.
true. That is true. But yeah, no, Zubimendi, I'm excited. He had that one move that I saw. That's the only thing that I saw on Marino's goal. The pass for Marino, the line splitting
He bossed
thing. So
England in the Euro final when he came off the bench.
yep, and with the fact that Partey's legs are dead, having another option in there is very good. I'm excited to see what he actually is about. I
Do you think
think
he
this
starts
one,
ahead of Partey if he signed and Partey stays?
I'm more of the devil I know is better than the devil I don't know. Partey is the player I know. Partey starts for me. I don't know Zubimendi. We'll see when he actually starts the thingy. This was very good business. This is my favorite player. I mentioned that on Twitter.
You didn't
He's
even give
probably
him
my.
player of the season. Get out of here, man.
He's no, I mean, there's a difference between favorite player and who the player was the season. He's my favorite player. Was he the
I'm
player of the
playing, man.
season? Nah, but he's my favorite player. This one we needed to get done, and it seems like he's gonna be for the main bulk of his for the main bulk of his peak years. Peak years, he's with us, and I'm excited to see what we do. This one, I mean, you
Kepa,
heard my
talk to me.
sentiments. You heard my sentiments on the goalkeeping situation. So that's what wound me up about this signing. But let me take my political jacket off. We can't ignore the fact that there's PTSD. This is player number, Lord knows what. We can go
From Chelsea.
back,
We love a
deluded.
Chelsea bargain.
Brother, we go back all the way to William Gallas. We go all the way.
Fuck him. Pardon my
No,
language. Fuck
Petit.
William Gallas, worst footballer that's ever played for Arsenal Football Club. Fuck
Ashley
Gallas with all
Cole
my
to
heart.
them
Bullshit.
days. It's we've just been always getting the short end of the stick
Raheem
with these.
Sterling and William were better than Gallas. Fuck Gallas with all my heart. All my heart. Every
Yeah, no,
fiber of my
I
body.
hated
Forget that
Gallas.
guy. But is it like I
So
hear it?
so
You said
political
you're
jackets off. Political jackets
yeah, you
off.
said you're frustrated, yeah, Car. We're signing too many goalies. Cool. You like we can acknowledge that, and it's
Yeah,
another one.
but
Equally,
we
it's
need a
Chelsea
backup.
bargain bucket. Is this
Political
a bad
jacket off.
signing though? He's experienced. He done well at Bournemouth. He's been in situations at Chelsea, at Bournemouth, and at Real Madrid where he's had to compete, and you're not necessarily number one. Got a good pedigree, look decent. Is this really that bad? 5 million? Is it
Po-
really like? Should we really be crying about this?
Political jacket off. This is a great signing. This is a fantastic signing. We're getting a number one level Champions League winner, number one level goalkeeper to become our number two for
So it's
five
great and
million
fantastic.
pounds. It is a political jackets off, take off all the baggage and all that. Just look at it from a logical perspective. In isolation, it's a great signing, great value. It's 5 mil. The guy is
Prem proven.
experienced as hell, prem proven. It's
Refused to
not
get subbed in the
dare I
final though.
it's not. I mean, it all depend on style of play. Can he use his legs and all that? It's not that big of a down. It's not a downgrade
No,
on
he
Ryan.
can play. He can play with like he can pass out the back and all of that. I
Yeah,
just
it's not
can't
a
lie, I don't want to
downgrade
see
on
him.
Raya. It's
It's a massive downgrade.
you've got two international level goalkeepers
And next Spanish
as
brother rolling in. The barbecues at London Coley must be
Yeah,
amazing
yeah,
with all the Spanish
yeah,
shoots there, man.
yeah. It's bro, we're signing the whole. It's you know how back in the day it was West Africa. It was all French.
And France, yeah, yeah.
It's
Spain's
now
time
the
now.
Colney's first language now is España.
Yeah, yeah.
Española. The whole fucking team. Marino, Zubimendi,
Bear the
this
coaching
guy,
staff, the manager.
Raya, the manager.
Couple
You
man can
know,
actually probably speak Spanish and might not
Partey
even be
speaks
Spanish.
Partey, the Magales, all those guys speak Spanish. It's crazy.
I hear it, man.
No,
Like,
but this is a good sign. You know,
do you think it's lazy
it'll be
scouting?
what's up?
Do you think it's lazy scouting? Because some would say, could you not have found, especially for 5 million,
No,
could you not have found someone?
no. It's great value. It's so I was one of those tweeting that out just to get the whole. People are saying lazy signing because it's Chelsea and it's right there, but the opportunity comes at you to get a player of Kepa's level to be your backup goalkeeper. You take that.
How many teams does he start on in the Prem?
Majority.
Huh?
This is bro. This is an international level. This is an international level
Kepa.
goalkeeper. Yeah,
He starts
this
at
is
the majority
a
of Prem teams.
Spain. He starts the majority. He played well. That Bournemouth that he played
All right,
brilliant
well,
last season.
let's break that down then, Zal. You're not starting at Arsenal because we got Riot.
Right.
Liverpool, forget that. City, forget that. Chelsea, you probably do start because I don't really rate Sanchez.
City. Is
Nah, he
Edison?
doesn't
Is
start
Edison?
City.
Is Edison now just living off?
Edison's better
Is he
than
living
him.
off?
That Ortega you starting ahead of him.
Is he not living off his reputation, his name, and all that? He was making
Nah,
mistakes
yeah,
left,
I
right,
hear
and
that.
center. There's a reason
Edison is
why
better than Kepa, bro. Edison's
Ortega
better.
was playing a lot last season. There's a
Yeah, he
reason.
was, but Edison's better than him, bro. Come on.
There's a reason.
Mm.
I mean, Edison's history. If we're looking forward, Deluded, we're not looking at Edison as won 5 titles with Man City in a row with the Champions League and all that. Looking forward, looking at what he just did this last season. Looking forward, he's up there.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
we could rub out bare players from that then. Like we could if we're gonna do
True.
that, yeah, then
All
there's
right,
bare
all right.
players that we
All
can
right,
do the reactionary thing.
Okay, I'll give you Edison. I'll give you Edison. All right. So
Nah,
so
actually, I'm getting the Prem table up. I'm gonna get
Chelsea
the Prem
starts.
table up.
Chelsea
Huh?
Sanchez. He starts ahead of Sanchez.
Yeah, that's
At
cool. Yeah, he probably does.
United, he starts ahead of Onana.
I hear that. Let me bring the thingy up.
Who's-
So it's
who's-
easier.
let's
All right,
see
cool.
which
So
teams.
Liverpool, does he start at Liverpool for you?
No. Allison
All
starts.
right, Myth, Arsenal, Myth.
Right,
City.
Myth, yep.
All right, let's
City,
get this
no, he
crystal
doesn't
clear.
start.
Does he start
City doesn't start.
for you?
He won't
Does
start.
he start City?
Logically, he won't start, but I can present an argument.
No, do
for
you
City.
think he starts like your
He
Pep
won't start.
Guardiola? Are you starting
He
Kepa
won't
ahead of
start.
Edison?
He won't start, but
All right, so
I
that's
can
one.
present an argument.
Chelsea, I give you that.
Yes.
Newcastle,
Nick Pope, that's techie.
okay. Aston Villa,
Nick
Emi
Pope,
Martinez is still there
tossing up. Is he still there?
until he leaves.
Contract?
I think Emi Martinez plays ahead of him.
Okay. You give
I
Emi
don't
the
think he
doubt.
plays ahead of based on the last
Matt
season.
Sells
Sells of
was
Forest probably
brilliant.
plays.
Sells was brilliant.
Brighton and they got Van Broggen. That's a myth.
But
Bournemouth, he was
you
there,
don't
so
think
you
so?
do
He was
start.
there, yeah.
Brentford, they sold that Flacken guy, so by
Flecken, he
default,
starts.
probably does.
Fulham,
ahead of Leno.
Yep.
Crystal Palace,
Crystal Palace is Henderson. Yeah, maybe. Yes.
Pickford at Everton.
I have a personal vendetta with me with Pickford. It's personal, so I can't answer that. I can't answer that neutrally.
To
But,
be fair, I think he
Pickford-
starts at West Ham.
Pickford's
I'll be
England
honest.
number one, but I mean Pickford's England number one. So Pickford.
He starts at West Ham.
West Ham,
By
yes, he
default, he
starts.
starts at Man United. on
Onana, he
Anfield.
starts.
Wolves?
Wolves, who's Jose Sa? Is it still Jose Sa?
I don't even know. I'll be real.
He'll start
Nah,
at
it can't be.
Wolves.
I don't know. I don't think he starts at Spurs, but I'm going to be shameless and run the
Vicario. No,
generous.
he
starts
starts.
ahead of him.
No, he starts. He starts ahead of Vicario. He starts.
Vicario's been a bit fraudy, but I like him. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes for agendas, but I can't convincingly give you a yes.
Les does that.
Default, he does.
The
Yeah,
Denmark.
he starts at all them. Oh, Southampton, Ramsdale.
No, he starts ahead of Ramsdale. So that is the majority. It's just like what 4, 5 teams, 6 teams. He's a good bro. He's a good goalkeeper. As
There's a
backup.
compelling argument still.
As a goalkeeper, who can? Let me ask you this: which one of those? You see how we went through that team and we went through the league. and we
Mm.
found like what 6, 7, 8 teams where he starts at. Who else can say that about their goalkeeper, their backup goalkeeper, besides no one else?
It's a compelling argument, Zara, man.
Ortega ain't doing, he ain't knocking out as many people as Kepa is.
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
know
I'd rather
Liverpool love
Ortega
that. I
right
know
now.
people love the Irish. Is he Irish? The Keller. People
Kelly.
love that Keller.
Oh yeah,
Keller.
he's gone Brentford. That's a myth. Oh yeah. You're not
Kepa
playing.
starts ahead
Kepa,
of
you're
him.
not playing.
Kepa starts ahead of him. Kepa starts ahead of Keller. I
Gun
need
to
to
your
see
head.
more of.
You're the
I need to
manager.
see
You'd
more.
rather Kepa ahead of Kelly.
I've seen more of Kepa than I've seen Keller.
Kelly
That's.
is
I need.
unlucky that he's at Liverpool. He
Yeah,
was at
that's it.
Liverpool. I'll be real.
So
I trust
for
Kelly a lot
now,
more than Kepa.
I just need to see more of Keller play than to make an actual thing. But yeah, very
No.
few apart from maybe I guess he's the other one that's good, Keller. Well, now he's moved, but no
All
other
right.
team can do that.
How do you
Yep,
feel about
working
Thomas
on.
Partey, man? Because we're hearing that the contract offers, he ain't signed anything. Do you think he
Nah,
walks? Do you think he stays?
he's just. I'm not worried about the Pate situation. I think he wants to be in London. He's just. I don't know if Ghana was playing. He might have been on international. I think we'll get an update on him probably by the end of the week. Zaz bugging. What am I bugging? I ain't bugging. I'm spitting facts. I'm spitting facts is what I'm doing. But yeah, no, Pate as squad player, we need to keep him. He's very good. And I think he wants to. That's another. Oh, boom. Same age in the Zeepa. You see what's going on with his negotiation? Them guys. There it is, deluded. There it
Are
is.
you
There it
sure?
is, deluded. There it
Are you
is,
having
Morgan
Morgan Rogers?
Rogers. A dream. Yep, he's a dream power runner. Reminds me, reminds me of Smith Rowe with better mentality. Smith Rowe with better mentality, power runner, direct. He can offer something. Will he start?
For the money, he's
Yeah,
gonna have to be a
actually on the
proper
left.
kind of starter or
On
rotational
the
option.
left. Do you think realistically? Do you think we're in? Do I think we're in for Rogers? Realistically,
I think we
no.
like him, but it's big bucks,
Hold
and
on.
I don't really buy it.
What's the? They have an FFP situation, don't they?
That's why I don't believe it. Because every summer we hear Newcastle got to sell their stars, Villa got to sell their stars, PSR, blah blah
Did they
blah,
make?
and
Did
they write their
Villa?
thingies. They made
Oh,
money for
Villa made
Duran. They're
Europa.
probably
They
going to
made
sell a
Europa.
couple others before they sell stars. The same says for Newcastle. So I don't really buy into any of that rhetoric, man.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I don't think we are. So that's a bit small. I can't see who that
What are you saying for
is. I'm on
Sesko?
my phone. Oh,
This is
that's
just
Sesko. I
Sesko.
couldn't
Just
see.
Sesko.
That was a bit small.
What are you saying for
Um,
Benjamin Sesko? You believe in him?
we need a striker, is what I'm saying. We need a striker, is what
You're
I'm
at that
saying.
point now.
He looks. So I'll be honest. I've only watched like 1 or 2 games of his Champions League, 1 2 games. He's got the physical profile of a striker. My kind of striker, a striker I like. The
There's
the
something to work
Haaland,
with there, man.
the Haaland-esque, the big 6'3",
Poor man's
six
Haaland
three
with
power
slightly
power
better general
runner,
play.
kind of thing. I haven't really seen his tech. I haven't seen how good he is playing with the ball, type of thing.
People are going to be surprised by him. People say
Um,
he's like another Kai Havertz. I'm sorry, I'm not saying he's not going to be a flop because I can't guarantee that. But if you're calling a man Kai Havertz, you ain't got two eyes because he plays
are
nothing like
you
him. Not the only commonality is they're both tall. They're
okay?
both
That's what I
tall
was
and
about
they're
to.
skin
That's
color. Like they're two very different duns.
Yeah, what's his name? I mean, the Havertz is taking. Havertz
Havertz is
he
what?
likes playing. He likes playing with the ball. I'm not saying he's actually.
Oh, I thought you said he's
Sorry, my
techie. I
bad,
was
my
like,
bad, my
huh?
bad, my bad. Sorry.
I
I
was like,
used the
oh,
word.
what Kai Havertz is this? Maybe I'm not
I
watching him.
used
Are you
the
having
I used
Garnacho?
the
Chelsea and Arsenal been linked.
I used the wrong word. But Cisco, I'm pumped for. I think we might be able to do something with.
Do you
This
think
is
we
the
should have got,
one.
in fact, better yet, before Garnacho, do you think we should have got Gyökeres while there's still a chance pivot towards that?
You know what? The problem with these guys, right? The problem with these guys is I can't give a proper opinion because the only league I actually watch week in week out and I
It's
pay
the Prem.
attention to is the Premier League. So if you ain't in the Premier League, I don't know anything about you. I'm reading stats, and that's not. Let me tell you something about statistics that my master's class statistics teacher told me. Deluded. He said if you grab a number, deluded. If you grab a number and you grab a stick and you beat that number, if you beat that number hard enough, deluded. beat it so hard. If you beat it hard enough,
Why?
it'll confess to any crime that you wanted to confess. You can manipulate statistics. So I need to actually see. So that's what I think. But what I do, what I am kind of thinking is he's a completely different profile to Sesko, and based off just the lazy thing, right? We can kind of somewhat use now. It looks like Marino too. Havertz and Marino to fulfill the targety manny kind of the big body type of striker thing role. Though it's different, they may not run him behind. I heard Gyökeres' whole thing is that he runs him behind.
I think Gyökeres is a bad boy. I like
So
Sesko
that's
and what he
that's
could
that's
become.
what will Gyökeres. So based off what I saw in this Norway game that I had my eye on, checking in on seeing what my captain, of course, because I know my captain likes playing. He loves playing for Norway, not for Arsenal. Just checking in there. I was like, I saw Gyökeres might be able to do some damage with. Actually, that was an unfair comment towards Odegaard. But yeah, you
Too
might be
many
able to do
people.
some
Too many
comments with
people are
Gyökeres.
telling me to take Garnacho off the screen. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
hear
take him
it,
off.
but
Yeah, take him off. Take him off. Nah,
I
I'm not
have to
even,
ask. Like Chelsea
brother.
and Arsenal apparently looking. Surely he could
I
be a good
saw that
addition. He's
rumor.
young. He's versatile.
I saw that rumor. I saw that rumor come out. I don't know if I can find it fast enough. Actually, I might be able to find it fast enough, Deluded. If this happens, right? This is what will do. Can I find it fast enough? Can I find it fast enough? I thought I saw it the other day. God damn it. God damn it. No, I don't. No, I don't. I can't find it fast
Hey, this
enough.
guy's a madman.
I can't find it fast enough. God damn it. I had a cronky out t-shirt. That will come out. That will come out. That's what I was meant to whip up, but I don't know where it is.
Who's selling them shirts?
I got it. I got it online like was it like 3 years? The what's it called? That run that we lost eight to what's it called? And we also made some at Barstool.
Hey, we've been in the
Eight
we've
to
been in
ten.
the trenches, man. So you're
At
not
eight
having
rolls. But
Garnacho.
I'm not hearing. I'm not even entertaining that. Just from a pride perspective. Again, that's one of those, whether he's a good player or not, no. We
Fair.
can't be, bro. We can't be resuscitating. What has this guy done? He's done nothing. We can't be resuscitating career. We're not at that stage no more. That was when we
Arteta
were
needs to
coming
stop
from
being
in.
Captain Save-A-Hole, man. Just get a good girl, man. Stop wifing strippers,
Done.
man. That's what Arteta keeps doing, man. Keeps falling in love in the strip club in the King of Diamonds, man. Just go find
We're
a good
doing
girl.
we're doing this again now.
Yeah, what? You're not having Mama Kudus?
We're doing this again. What? That's how many windows in a row we're doing this again?
All right, man. I'm just here to ask my homie the questions, where it's not me making these things.
We're
I'm just
doing we're
asking. Like,
doing this
man, we've
again.
opened up talks and that.
He's another one. Partey Ethan's agent, I think.
This
There it
guy's
is.
got this guy's got agendas still. What you saying for Rodrigo? Because there's aggressive reports with Rodrigo as well. Like, can you see it happening? I know you would want Rodrigo, so I'm not going to ask you. Can you see it happening? Is that the sort of statement signing Arsenal need to make with the X factor and all that crap?
My brother, this is what has to happen. This one, just to save, this is the one that will, for me, this is the one that will save well, not really save the Cronkies, but it will be our Özil moment. It will be our,
Give everyone a
who else will
boost.
we guessed? Sanchez. Bro, we have to get this done. And I'm not hearing none of this nonsense that we cannot get it done. Brother, we have a phenomenal relationship with Real Madrid. Phenomenal relationship with Real Madrid, dating way back when. Signing David, what was it? We sold them Suka. Julio Baptista came from there. We sold them Reyes. And then now more recently,
You know,
Odegaard, Ceballos, all that nonsense. I mean, it's this. I think if we're not in this, how can you how can you how can you then back anything that Josh Kroenke said? How? Because he's telling me, right, we're there. Now you got to believe. Now we're going the next step, the next level signing. This is the next level signing. We can't go back to the Mbuemos. No disrespect, he's a very good player. We can't be going back to the Mbuemos, the Cunhas. This is
we can't because
now,
they're going to United. Huh.
True. That is true. That actually is the fact. But it's like, that it's like this is the caliber of signing we should be going for. And if they're serious about life, they can get it done. This guy, I mean, we'll see as he I was
What if he
seeing the
don't want to leave
news.
Madrid though?
So that's the thing. I was seeing the news that he hadn't had the. So Alonso has just gotten there, and I think was he at Brazil? He might be with Brazil, so he hasn't had a chance
And there's a Club World Cup as well for
to
Real
talk
Madrid.
to thingy. But when he gets back from Brazil, I don't know if he's played for Brazil, but when he gets back from Brazil, we'll see what happens when he talks to thingy. Because I think so. I think what he wants is not just to be the left winger. He wants to be like a focal point of be thought of as a focal point in that attack.
Well, you definitely
And
would
and
sell
I'm
a lot of
sorry, you're just
shirts
not
here,
gonna.
mate.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. How the Real Madrid pecking order works now is Mbappe is at the top. Even Vinicius Jr. has been knocked down. Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and then it's you. So if you want to be that guy, guess where you have to come. A beautiful city, London. You can your lady can go shopping at Harrods. You know what I'm
Couple
saying? Go.
Brazilian youths over here as well.
There it is. Yep. Join the Martinellis. Well, Jorginho's gone now, but go shopping
I'm
at
sure it's only a
Harrods.
FaceTime call away. They do the
Winter
same.
Winter
Jesus is about.
Wonderland. Winter Wonderland. Take boat rides on the Thames. You can do all
Winter
that nonsense,
Wonderland's
man.
a piece of shit as well.
Nah, we
Biggest
need to
waste
get
of
it
money.
done. Yeah, we got to sell him.
You saying you letting Zinchenko go to AC
Yeah,
Milan?
good player. That's who they said once.
Allegedly.
His problem is, are you? I don't know if AC can afford 135,000 pounds a week.
And his problem is the rumors to AC Milan. It doesn't appear that they just genuinely want him. It seems like, oh yeah, the Hernandez guy might leave. You're on the list of replacements, so
Yeah,
it's not like they want you anyways. I don't know though, but Italy, lovely life. AC
I think
Milan, great
he,
club.
I
It
think
makes
he
sense.
got he got his, and that's the problem that he's running into now. He might have gotten his, and a lot of these younger cats nowadays is try not to get your big massive contract too early. Because now if you get it
Could
too
go Saudi,
early,
but I don't think he's on that.
if you get it too early now, it's like, all right, if you get it early and they're done with you at the top level, trying to stay up there, becomes expensive.
Dog, you having Rafael. Some say as high as 100 million euros. Some say as low as 60 to 70, 100 million euros. Had a good cameo off the bench. If you can't get Rodrigo or Nico Williams, then surely Rafael's got to be
Yeah,
someone that Arsenal fans are thinking about.
give me an attacker. I've only seen a bit of him. I only see him in the Champions League. We've
Bit
had
flash in the pan, though, to
apparently
be fair.
we've been in for him, in prior times. But the one that has me, I don't know if he might be on your list. There's one that has me. I don't know how I feel. Mark Gay,
Yeah, apparently we're looking at him. He's got a year left on his
really?
deal. But it says the issue may be whether the player is prepared to join Arsenal, where he must
Yeah,
compete for a
because
place in the World Cup
that's what I'm
year.
saying.
Same
He'll
with
be
Liverpool, that's the
he'll
same.
be a
If I
backup.
was Newcastle, I'd get that done, like, girl, he could go over there, it could be lit.
Didn't he? Because he said
Relatively
no in
honest, them lot
January,
down
right?
the road. Hopefully, he don't join them. Chelsea
He
could do with him
said
as well.
he said no. He said no in January. He could go to Chelsea.
United should
They
have an
need they
option.
need defenders. United too.
I'm
He's a
having
good
him, but
player.
it comes down
He's a
to
very
can he
good
play
player.
ball.
He's a very good player. So I'll have him, but he won't want to sit on the bench. That's the problem.
But it's a given though. If you believe you're a good defender, like as silly as it sounds, come and
Bro,
believe you're better than
he
Magalhaes
ain't
or
sitting. He
Saliba.
ain't sitting. He ain't sitting, Michael.
Yeah, he ain't.
Listen,
It doesn't make sense really, but
that
it'd be nice.
combination is.
What did you make of Trossard getting linked with a
Oh,
new deal?
what's the?
Apparently,
Oh,
he's still in
oh.
line to get a new contract, but there's still interest from Saudi, and his priority is to continue here. Apparently,
How long is it? Why?
for me,
Why? How
squad
long's
player.
the deal? How long is it? It's a
I
2 year,
don't know.
1 year.
I don't know, man. But he's 30. He
Why
could
are we doing this? Let's
maybe
move
two
on,
years
man.
extension. I don't know.
Let's move on. I know that I hear the squad depth thing, but it's because these clowns don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything, and they just dilly dally with negotiations. It's like let's move on. Let's move on. We've seen what he can do for us. We've seen where he can take us. Let's move on.
You're
This is
right.
the one that I was interested in. That one.
Sane. Yeah. This is why I got two last ones to ask you. Like, are you
I don't know
having
how I
Sane?
feel about that. I
The
don't know how I
opinions are
feel.
mixed with him. So, what do you feel about Sane?
I don't know. And that's what's bothering me. I don't. I.
Why don't you know?
Here's what I want. Here's what I want. Here's what I want. And I don't know, because I'm hearing the argument of, oh, he was doing well. He's a buy-in and all that. So it's a top club. It's a top club. He's also 29. I want that
Yeah,
Sane, and of course, I wasn't watching him at Bayern. I want the Sane that was at City for 2 years. He's 20. I acknowledge the fact that he's 29. Give me 2 years of your somewhat top, close to your top level, and boom, I'm in. This guy is a hell of a player. What has me worried is, and I hear everybody saying, "Oh, the whole Man City, the whole this guy just wants to thing. He just wants to come Man City. We're doing the whole Man City thing." I hear you. I think he'll be different. What I'm worried about is his age, and how I didn't see how effective he still was at Bayern, and I know how it works with us. We will sign him. We will sign him. He'll get injured. He'll come back, and he'll just be a bum for the rest of his for the rest of his contract. But it's one of those. It's like the Kepa deal. This one is a low. It's a low risk. It's a low risk.
You sounded a lot more upbeat for Kepa than Sane.
Nah, the Kepa one, because the Kepa one, if he comes and he signs, because what I pointed out, the Sane will sign him. He'll get injured. He'll come back. He'll be a bum. That's what bothers me about the Sane situation. Kepa, if you sign him, he gets injured, come back, you'll be fine. So the Kepa one is thing. Him, and it's the
Yeah,
whole
but
free
Bacola as well.
That's a dream. That's a dream. But
Because if
the
he's
Sane one,
available, he's annoying, but PSG allow us get that done.
we could the Sane one. I think is probably. I feel like that's the crux they're gonna lean on. They're not
Would you
gonna
rather
do
get Sane
Rodrigo.
on a free or Bacola?
So they'll do. Oh, would Bacola be free?
No. I said, would you rather, like, because
Oh,
Bacola's contract's running down, they want to probably sell him. Would you rather go for Bacola or get Sane on a free?
if they're selling him, we should be in for Bacola.
I'm not on the Semenyo thing, I must admit,
If
man.
they
Like, I
us,
like him, but it's too
brother,
expensive.
brother,
And he's apparently going spuds.
Semenyo's in that category that I was talking to you about, the Cunhas and the
If they'll hold
Mbeumo.
a Reece Nelson and he knocks some money off, then yeah, come Semenyo. There's use for Semenyo.
Semenyo's not a level raiser for us anymore.
Yeah, he
I
could be
don't
all
think.
right for the squad. Bacola, I'm on it. I'm on
If
it if there's a
if
small
he's available,
possibility.
then we should prioritize him. Then
Yeah,
if he's actually available, what if I am if I'm not Edu, who's the new guy? If I'm Bertram,
but
he's the priority. Son is the backup.
or both. I'm reaching a bit, but both. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have the
No
depth and the
transfer fee.
quality.
There's no transfer fee for Sane.
Yeah, but big signing on fee, big wages is caveat. It's like saying Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mbappe are free transfers. They are, but you caveat that. You ask the accountants if that's a free transfer. So my thing with Sane, and I don't want to be that guy and sound like Graham Souness and that, but my thing with Sane, beyond the obvious, I understand consistency and all of that stuff, but I wonder for his motivation. Now, I'm sure once you've won trophies like he has at City and obviously Bayern Munich and been getting latter stages of stuff with Germany, you've got that. But you've won in the Premier League. You've won at Bayern Munich. Are you going to be that motivated, or are you going to think, you know what? I'm in London. Arteta knows me.
Yeah.
I've got 2-3 year contract. I'm cool. 29. I'm getting paid. Is he going to sulk if I'm not playing? Like, is he necessarily going to be signed and play? I wouldn't be against it. I just wonder, once you strip back pause what Sane would look like on YouTube, does it make sense? And then I think it does make sense, because I can't be sitting here beyond the obvious and saying sign Bacola and he's a developmental talent where we might not like it. Sane is what you see is what you kind of get, rightly or wrongly. It's goal time now. Like, you're ready to help deliver right now. You know about the expectations. I'd rather Sane and Bacola for what it's worth than Garnacho. I'll say that much, man. It's a techie one, man. We're getting linked with bare names, and by the time me and you next do a stream, there'll be more.
It's silly season, bro. It's silly season. It's gonna be a new set of names by just tomorrow. Especially now that they're going. Now that the internationals are done today. From tomorrow onwards, it's silly season. The agents are just gonna be throwing out names. We're gonna be
And the
linked
journalists
with
as well.
everybody. Strap in, bro. I hate this time of the year. Strap in. Strap in.
I like
hate
it because
this.
it makes the content, man. It's a lot easier,
Less of
man.
that.
Like,
Stresses me out. Less of that. Send me to January. Send me to August. When does the season start? Send me in August. Send me to August.
August, man.
Hate this time.
You're funny, Zar, man. I don't know how, but we've been here close to 2 hours and time's flown, man. Appreciative to you, Zar, because I
Didn't
know
even
it's
feel
early
like
over
that. Yeah,
there.
let me run into this office,
Yeah,
man.
man, get out of here, man. Get
It
out
was
of here.
good.
But as usual, Zar, it's
I
been
needed to get
appreciative.
this, bro. It's been stewing. This Arsenal stress has been
Therapy session.
stewing in my soul. I just needed to get it all out. So we'll see. They better start signing. I better have somebody in by Friday. They better be an announcement. The internationals are done. I'm not hearing none of this. So I'm gonna fall into that camp that I was like, all right, let me logically say it doesn't matter. Give me an announcement just to boost my spirits by Friday.
I wouldn't hold your breath, Zar, man. But I hope for your sake and everyone's we get. And I know I'd add what Zar said. I'll add on to that. Big up Kepa, but asterisk attacking signing. I don't want to be waffling about
The
goal
Kepa one.
leaving.
Was it even announced? The Kepa one doesn't count.
Ain't it? Yeah, it
Kepa
don't count, man. Kepa just get through the door.
don't even do no photo shoot. Do no photo shoot. Just send out a tweet. Just send out we signed complete. None of this video. I don't want to hear about his story. I don't care about Kepa.
Yo, man. Zar, where can people
I don't want to
find
meet
you,
his
man?
family. I don't want to meet nobody. Just say we signed it out.
How can Raya Senior and his granddad catch strays, man? Allow him, man.
Yeah,
Where
right,
can people find you, Zal, man?
The old man was busy being given jerseys and all that by Edu and all, but nah, I'm on Twitter, on X, TikTok, and Instagram at the midget symbol, at DA midget symbol.
Hey, Zal, you're funny, man. You made me laugh. But again, people, if you don't know where to find him, all the info's in the description. All of it will be put into the description. As usual, large up Zal. We've spoken about stuff. It's always nice to speak with Arsenal fans that can feel and sympathize with my pain. It's yours gold. Fair enough.
For you haters, is yours gold. No, it ain't.
And on that note, people, we're out, man. I'm back at 4:15, I believe. We're going to go through pretty much what we've done already. I'll liaise with Zar and get him back on maybe in a couple of weeks when we've got some other things to speak about. But Zar, go enjoy your day, man. Big up the
Deluded.
chat.
Take
Come
care,
on,
my
my
bro. I'm out of here.
Come on, my guy. In a bit.